was hefty defense on Freeman. It forced the pass. And the three isn't going to fall either for the Nuggets.
Oh, Josh Nickel goes to save that one. I think that might have been off Otago. I think Piper might have got a hand to it, but Josh Nickel gets his foot on the line when he goes, or is that Taki Ferenczen, pardon me. Taki Ferenczen got his foot on the line when he went to save it. Ball stays with the Nugs.
Freeman gets the pass away to Coleman. Back to Knox. Knox goes himself, opens up. Nice little jump shot, but just rolls around the rim.
Darcy Knox, a talented player. He was in the starting lineup last round when Ty Webster was out for suspension. Back to the Rapid League this week.
Isaac with the lovely handles in the block coming from behind. That might have been Aitchison.
It was, I think, coming back. I like that Gortat screen by Aiden Tonge there, but doesn't end up as fruitful as hoped.
Freeman for the three. Can't get that one to fall, but they've got the offensive board. The Nuggets this time, another shot. Missed quite a few from outside the arc. As they go again, do the Nuggets, kicking it back out to the left. And this time they make the 3-4.
Big bucket there early. Got to get those threes to drop, especially to keep touch distance of this Ram squad that started off really well offensively. Nickel
decides to drive, had two defenders on him and a chance for the three-point play.
Oh, did he give him a little flex afterwards? The spin move and then the soft touch. Josh Nickel, a powerful player. Has a lot of strength, but shows off the sweet footwork as well. And the soft touch with the kiss off the glass to finish.
In his rookie season for the Canterbury Rams, made his debut in the NZNBL, round 2 versus the Wolves. Plays for Samoa as well, does Nickel.
I gotta say, I like that pinstripes on this Rams Rapid League squad. It looks pretty clean.
Well, the Tuatara had the pinstripes last year, and I was a big fan too, and I do like the red and white.
It's subtle enough that it doesn't overpower you, but a nice addition, and that has been Uniwatch here.
Nuggets looking for options at the moment. Nice bounce pass, but just unable to grab it collectively. So the Rams in transition. Might get the charge, he does.
That was a powerful charge there. Nice move by Mana Martin. Congratulations to him. I believe he just made the under-17 Tall Blacks junior national team, so had a big week away of training with that. But in this case, a bit too aggressive, powering to the rim through the chest of the defender, and that'll go the other way.
16 years old out of St. Thomas, Canterbury. And I love to see the youngsters in the NZNBL teams, but getting some good minutes here in the Sky Broadband Rapid League.
It certainly speeds along that development. And one of the keys to it, as you see Knox miss that jumper from that lot.
Bond got 5 points so far in the game, bringing the ball up the court. Looking for the options, decides to drive. Good defense coming in from the Nuggets, but tied it up nicely under the rim by Mason.
Corbin Mason has a lot of size. This is a very switchy lineup for the Rams. They've got good wing depth and length out there, and it's coming to good fruition so far. Another fast break opportunity.
And great defense as well by the Rams. They're just smothering the Nuggets at the moment and forcing those passes.
Jonty Bond jumped all over that one. I think the Nuggets fortunate not to get an unsportsmanlike foul on that play. Didn't really make a play at the ball with the body contact, but that's why you foul with the body, not with your hands. It's a lot harder to get those unsportsmanlike calls go your way. Good professional foul by the Nugs. So searching for answers offensively. Just the one shot has gone down for them so far. 1 for 7 from the field overall.
So the Rams inbound the ball. 43 seconds left in the first quarter here. Scores 10-3. The Nuggets need to get a stop here and get down the other end. Great bounce pass and defense coming in from the Nuggets. So here's that stop we were talking for. Can they execute?
Back into the half court. They haven't really bent the defense to the world, but open look on the wing there. It was wanting again. And we saw those three-point percentages coming into the game. The Nuggets struggling from behind the line, and that is continuing in today's contest.
Well, 1 from 5 currently from downtown for the Otago Nuggets. 8 seconds left in the game. They kick it out wide, out on the edge. Can they get the 3? Well, that one bounces off the board. Great finish. Great tidy up from Mason.
Yeah, Corbin Mason, I think he felt a little bit rushed there. Wasn't quite sure where the shot clock was. Left his hand pretty quickly, but gets the friendly roll. And what a start for the Rams. 12-3 to tip this one off. A dream start, really, for the coaching staff. To be able to coach Judd Flavel and Leon Connolly. Wow, I'm really struggling with Connolly today. My Irish heritage is upset with me. But no, what's not upset with me is the large Brooklyn pizza. You can't go wrong with that one. You got the meatball, the sausage, fantastic, all the cheese, $40. Use that QR code and order yourself one for a nice lunchtime snack. Is it lunchtime for us, Taylor?
You know what? Can we have some delivered here?
We'll see.
Justin, make it happen. But as you mentioned, I mean, the Otago Nuggets only 14% from the field at the moment, whereas the Rams are at 57%, and that is the key difference right now, just that shooting percentage.
Yeah, but I'm a little disappointed with their shot selection. This is a team that hasn't been shooting the ball great from beyond the arc, and 6 of their 7 shots from outside right now. Just 1 shot inside the key, inside the three-point arc, and it has not been a successful one as well. Compare that to what the Rams are doing. 4 for 6 from inside the key, 1 for 2 from outside, and they've gotten to the line as well. Their efficiency just exactly where it needs to be. 3 turnovers in that first quarter led to almost immediate buckets as well for the Nuggets.
But do you think the Nuggets are having to shoot from outside the arc because of that defense by the Rams?
Yeah, I think to me, they're settling on it. They're not doing a good enough job of bending the defense to their will, going side to side, getting penetration with the pass or the dribble, and then attacking. And start with an on-ball is a nice way to change that up.
Smiler with the bounce pass in, and hey, they heard you because they went straight into the paint to open up the second quarter.
A much better position. I like the way they hit the wing first, and then we're able to find Robbie Coleman rolling to the cup. And I've just had our own version of Woj come through and let us know that Z. Darko Kelly is likely out with sickness today. He was questionable coming in, and that is why Matt Bardsley has been pumped into the starting lineup. So he was listed on the player eligibility sheets as being questionable with illness. Word is he's got the flu, so will be unable. What a hit to the Nuggets' chances against a powerful Rams squad.
Probably would have picked the Rams if they knew that in our tipping comp on hoop hits.
Just got to get off that second layer. You got to find a way to the top.
Coleman again goes back-to-back under the rim.
There you go. There you go. Stop relying on that triple. Get the ball in the paint to your big fella. Let him go to work. And just like that, they're down. Just 2 buckets down now. You just need to string stops together to continue to run.
The Rams, though, put it into that small run through Jonty Bond, who's having a really good game.
That time with a left-handed finish, but a quick reply by the Nuggets here in transition.
Going for that 3-point shot again. Oh, no, only 2. I think his foot was on the line.
His foot was on the line. I think not the shot you want to get. There's not a player timeout early in this one. The Rams going to come together and just talk about their defensive efforts here.
This might be the first time I've seen a player timeout before the dying stages of a half.
Yeah, we saw a bit more of this in the To'ihi season where they would actually call timeouts to just collect their thoughts and talk about what they were doing. But we have seen, it was 12-2 to start the quarter. The Nugs on a 9-2 run to start this second quarter. So not a bad timeout there by Josh Nickel. Get your team together, say, hey, we got to pick up the defense, we got to do this. Personally, I'd still keep in my pocket for the last second shot, but not the worst use of a timeout.
Well, you only get 1 per half, and so they've used their 1. They do get another 1 if it does come down to the wire in the second half. So Barrington will inbound for the Rams.
Always interesting to see the play that gets run out of the back of a player timeout. A lot of action getting into the on-ball, nearly stolen.
Bond kicks it out to Martin. It just bounces off the rim. Didn't have enough on the shot, so Smiler brings it up court quickly. Laying him down on the edge with his teammate, and he couldn't get the roll on it.
Aitchison. Nice drive. Did all the work, but couldn't get the finish there, and then compounds it with the foul 90 feet from the bucket. But luckily for the Nugs, not yet in the bonus, but much better offense for Otago here in the second quarter. Much more determined with where they're going and not settling for those jump shots like they did in Q1.
Jonty Bond from Nelson brings the ball up. Barrington to Martin. Martin decides to drive into the paint. Can't get the roll. No one scrambling for the ball, but they do get the offensive board, the Rams. Opportunity to reset. Isaac back onto the court. Couldn't get that jump shot to fall either. Knox gets a pass away. Back in the hands of Knox, just at the top of the arc. Rusk. A good defense and pressure coming in from the Rams at the moment. Really giving them an opportunity to drive. They kick it out to Freeman out on the left edge.
Not a bad pass from Aitchison. A good look there with the shot clock running down, but better defense from the Rams here in the second quarter. And that force of rotations as we see the foul before the shot. Tucky Ferentsen in this Rapid League lineup gets fouled there, and he's a guy who we just haven't really seen him at his full capacity as he drives through and gets the body contact there from Coleman, a hand from Freeman. But Tucky Ferentsen's certainly a player I think can dominate the Rapid League with his athleticism and skill set. I'm still looking for that rhythm since returning from overseas and last played with the Tuatara in the NZNBL.
Defensive pressure coming in from the Nuggets. A pretty float shot there from the Rams. Couldn't get there though. Freeman in transition. The pump fake, and he gets the bucket.
Hey, Josh Aitchison, there's no accounting for him in transition. Gets up there on the break. Beautiful pass, as you mentioned, by Freeman to initiate that opportunity off the break. That's what you want to do. You want to kick it ahead when you have those opportunities. Aitchison, nice pump fake, and somehow able to avoid the backboard to get it in. And now we'll see if he can account for the three-point play.
He wasted that shot so beautifully as well.
Especially with the contact. I mean, didn't have much of an angle. Thought he was going to use the glass, but almost a hook shot. And just like that, the Nuggets down a bucket. 10-2 run in this quarter, and Aitchison bleeding, so he's going to have to check out of the game. I think he must have taken a bigger pop than we thought on that foul.
Yeah. Huge momentum shift though for the Nuggets, and it's exactly that. They changed up their offense and they decided to go into the paint and again stop wasting the shots out wide.
Yeah, 1 for 7 in the first quarter, and they're now 6 for 14. So 5 of 7 makes here in the second quarter, and things have gone the exact opposite way for the Nuggets.
Isaac drew in the defenders and got the ball out wide, but slight air ball coming in there from the Rams. Freeman, open space, and lovely finish too, just with the going underneath.
Those were two players who did not have a lot of lift on that one, but Benji Freeman with a nice finish in transition. He was trucking, baby.
They've leveled the score here. The Nuggets, they will get an opportunity at 2 points at the Chemist Warehouse stripe.
And Intom's nice catch there, and then the powerful move afterwards. And we see once again penetration. When either team's able to get penetration with the pass or with the dribble, that's when opportunities open up. This time Kaya Isaac is able to bend the defense just a bit, and Aiden Tonge moves nicely without the basketball into a scoring position, enabling himself to get the first of 2 from the Chemist Warehouse stripe. Let's see if he can't get one more for what's ailing him.
Couldn't convert the second one. So just the 1 point lead at the moment for the Rams with less than a minute to go in the first half of the Sky Broadband Rapid League game. We got off to a stellar start, the Rams, but the Nuggets have pulled themselves back into the competition. Freeman fakes the 3, drives, goes under into the paint, and then that's a nice finish from Freeman.
Well, he's a strong player. He's got excellent footwork for a man his size, and he was able to use that up fake to clear the space and use the strength to get the finish.
And the Nuggets take the lead, 16 points to 15. And good defense as well coming in from the Nuggets against Isaac. He goes up for the layup, gets the finish too. Nice transition in the hands.
Caleb Smiler does really nicely there. First defensively getting in that passing lane and then putting pressure. Can Kai Isaac finish it?
So halftime after a really big lead. In fact, 12-3 was the first quarter score to the Rams, and all of a sudden it is now 18 points to 15.
A 16-3 run there in the second quarter for the Nuggets. A completely different offense. 6 three-pointer shot in the first quarter, well, just 1 three-pointer shot in the second quarter. They got down to business. They started working a little bit harder, taking much better shots, and we're all the better for it. Interesting scoreline for the Nuggets. every starting player has scored. Only the players off the bench have it. But look how it's spread out. Just 4 for Freeman and Coleman, 3 for Piper and Aitchison, and 2 for Knox. On the Rams, Jonty Bond did a lot of that work early, scoring the first 5 points of the ball game, supported by Mason, Nickel, and Tonj. Rebounds reasonably even. Overall, we got 9 rebounds in total for the Nugs and 8 for the Rams, led by Tonj and Freeman respectively. And nice job by the Nuggets in that second quarter. You see the pass is what's leading to those opportunities. They're no longer making the one-on-one activity where the converse is true for the Rams. Just Isaac and Nickel there. And of course the blocks. Josh Aitchison, he's got one.
What do the Rams need to do to turn this around?
I think take a page out of what the Nuggets book was. Get better shots. If you take a look at the steals, Caleb Smiler converting on that one just before the break, one of his 2. But I think they need to be more definitive with their offense. Right now, they're not getting to their spots on the floor. I'd like to see something that enables them with a little bit more penetration. If it's a pick and roll, or if it's just throwing the ball in the post and then doing split cuts off of that. And creating a better shot quality. We just haven't seen great shots here in the second quarter. And a lot of that is because early in the game they were making steals, they were forcing turnovers, and that was leading to offense. The Nuggets really cut down those turnovers in that second quarter, and that's what helped enable them to go on that 16-3 run to close out that second quarter.
Chemist Warehouse, the official stats partner of the South NBL, and the Sky Broadband rapidly. 18-15 at the score. And I remind you, 12-3 was the first quarter score to the Rams. The Nuggets powering their way back into the game, but it will be the Rams with the first offensive opportunity in the second half. Looking for the options. At the moment, that's Bond with the ball. He's been their top point scorer today. They've turned the ball over again, the Nuggets.
Well, the Nugs aren't a man, but it's almost got zone principles. They're really very ball-oriented, really floating down in the middle of the court there, not too attached. And it's really taking away the driving lanes for the Rams and forcing these turnovers.
Get the ball out to the edge, not able to make that 3-4. And the Rams getting the rebound through Mason. Very athletic is Mason.
He's got good size too. I mean, 6'6", 6'7". Excellent size for a swing, and has been able to use it to pretty good use today.
Berenson gets that pass away. Lovely pass in behind the back, but couldn't capitalize, was Bond.
And Tonj is so good in the low post. Excellent footwork and a strong player. Love the find, and we can see the Nuggets are essentially in a zone wherever that ball is. They're not paying a lot of attention to their man on that weak side. You might want to initiate some cuts if you're the Rams to force those players to start paying attention. So ball dominant right now.
Berenson knocks down the 3.
Instant offense off the baseline, out of bounds. Berenson confidently lets that one fly to tie it up.
So 18 points apiece now, all tied up. Freeman with the no-look pass underneath. What a time.
Benji Freeman is really skilled, man. I mean, he's a big guy, but soft passes like that, the vision, even the audacity to try and get that one off, impressive.
He fooled me as well, did Freeman. The Nuggets on the fast break, leaving the ball behind.
Who wants it? Smiler eventually gets it, foul called on Tonj. And sometimes you just get whistled for being big. If you're just bigger than everybody else and you hit somebody, that's the time. Look at, just a little bit sloppy. Tonj hustles his way back in. Smiler can't hold it. And I guess there was a bit of a grab there on the weak side. Tough to see from that angle on the replay. Regardless, Nuggets ball up 2. I
would have loved to have seen that pass again from Freeman. So lovely.
He's got really fooled the defense, looking him off before he dropped that in. A soft touch, a dangerous pass, but one that worked well.
Just looking for options outside the arc at the moment are the Nuggets. The handles being shown here. Going for the 3-point shot as well, well short.
And Darcy Knox lets that one fly from about 23, and it went about 22. Not exactly what you want to go, but the shot clock running down, running out of options, and a better job by Canterbury not to let their defense get penetrated that possession.
It's Berenson inbounds. The Rams to bring the ball up. And if you're just joining us, the Rams always in their red and the Nuggets in the yellow. And a bit of a tangle underneath the rim.
Caleb Smiler saying, he's grabbing my jersey. Kai Isaac, though, he's done a nice job. This is the same play they opened the game with. Kai Isaac kicking it to the wing and just cutting straight down and posting up. Kai Isaac, a very strong guard. He's got excellent size and stout as a player. Hasn't been able to get the bucket, but gets the whistle there.
The Rams now looking to take the lead if they can get a shot from outside of the arc. Currently in the 2-point zone. They go up for a jump shot. That was pretty from Kai Isaac.
The natural lefty helps you on that baseline drive to the right shoulder. The little fadeaway creates the space, and even more difficult to contest with the left-hand shooter there. Nice finish by Isaac.
But they made that pass for Smiler difficult. They double-teamed him here. Eventually got it out to Knox. He was looking at his options too. You can see the zone defense working for the Rams, just driving in on his own and getting that nice little spin around Aitchison.
The accountant making him count. 2 more for Big Josh. Apparently got that cut 10-2, and now it gives the Nugs a 2-point lead.
Isaac with the ball, just driving. Oh, wow, opened up for him. 4 of them down there in the paint, and he managed to wiggle his way through.
It looks like they were expecting that spin move as we see that trap be initiated again, but the just step through is what gets him that layup. Speaking of.
Tough finish as well underneath.
Back-to-back buckets for Aitchison. He's using his height to great effect here in the closing minute of the third quarter.
36 seconds left on the clock in the third quarter. Isaac with the step back. Just bounces off the rim. No one really crashing the boards for the Rams as well. So the Nuggets with the easy defensive rebound.
Nice pace there, pushing it up and then slowing it down. A 5 or 6 second disparity between the shot clock and game clock. So no real rush here. They can get this shot off right at the end, still have a chance for no board.
Knox for 3. Doesn't fall. The rebound goes by way of the Rams. 5 seconds left.
Oh, and Taki Ferenson just loses that one. I think Taki Ferenson saying he might have gotten a little bit of arm. Josh Aitchison just about apologizes there. Not sure exactly what happened, but either way, 5 seconds left on the clock, and the Nuggets with a chance to extend the 2-point lead late.
Well, you don't often apologize for something you didn't do. There's a foul called. Not on the bonus though, so they will go again to the sideline. 5 seconds left. Who are you giving it to?
Well, I'd be going back to Aitchison. He's got the last 4 buckets. And he's got the ability to pass and score.
Freeman, 4 seconds left to play. Goes up, kicks it out. Quick shot needed.
Did they get that off? No, they did not.
24-22 the score at the third quarter. It is a 2-point ball game. The Otago Nuggets with just the slightest of leads.
Well, I like the way they pulled that play together. Nice fake handoff by Benji Freeman to drive. Should have gone for the shot with the time available. Tried to stretch it out a little further, and unfortunately not able to get things going. But as we enter the fourth quarter of a very tight game, both teams are pretty evenly matched. The big stat for me is the one I pointed out at the beginning, that 3-point shooting for the Nuggets. As Chemist Warehouse, the official stats partner of the NZNBL and Rapid League, tells us that the Nugs are just 1 for 10 from behind the arc in this game at 10%. The Rams not much better at 2 for 8. And that lack of shot quality outside the arc has enabled the Rams to stay close despite the Nuggets shooting 10 for 12 from inside the arc, a solid 83% from the field.
It was a low scoring quarter though, 6 points to 7. And the Rams actually outscoring the Nuggets in that one by just 1 point. It's literally anyone's game in this next quarter.
It certainly is. Could go either way, just 1 bucket between. It's all about execution. Both teams did a better job with the turnovers in that quarter. Now 7 turnovers for the Rams and 4 turnovers in the game for the Nuggets. The Nuggets are able to keep their turnovers down to that low of a level. I think they're going to come away with this win. Rams have to force some defense to offense opportunities because they just haven't been great in the half court.
The Nuggets looking to extend their lead. Knox gets it out to Coleman. Coleman for 3. You get the offensive board too through Piper, and he's fouled.
A nice crash by Piper. And the work rate has just been a little bit higher for the Nuggets since that first quarter. Decent play there. Coleman gets a nice look at it, but it's the crash from Piper on the weak side, just completely shedding Mount Martin to get that rebound.
Knox has a couple of defenders on them. They all fall away.
Oh, Jonty Bond, that's looking like he's got some kind of shoulder problem previously, and it might have just been aggravated.
Lovely footwork as well being shown there by the Rams, but
travel called.
Too lovely.
I thought it looked like a good step to me.
Good step.
Looked like a good step, but not sure if they're saying that gather was part.
I thought it was good.
Either way.
What do I know? I'm not a ref.
Either way.
Casey, what do you know?
I mean, I got lots of opinions. Lots of opinions. But that's all they are.
Aitchison has 9 points so far in the game. It's been impressive. Knox. So pressure being applied to him. Piper. Freeman turns around for the quick three. That one ricochets off the board and into the hands of the Rams players. So Kyle Isaac will bring the ball up court.
They need a great shot this time now. We've had some turnovers, some poor looks, but they need something wide open.
Like that, and it sinks.
Nice screen, nice recognition by Kyle Isaac. If you're going to go under the screen on a shooter like Isaac, you're asking for trouble. And he punishes him, taking that 1 point lead with just under 3 to go.
Freeman decides to go himself. Great defense, though, being applied by the man who just got that three. Kyle Isaac. Oh, the spin move as well. Stop it. Tonj gets it back to Isaac. Isaac decides to drive. Gets fouled along the way.
Much better movement here in the fourth quarter for the Rams. They're a bit more dynamic, especially in the half court. You see them playing off of each other. They're not just trying to pound a round object through a square hole. Instead, they're trying to bend the defense a little bit more, working together, using that pass to create a couple of chinks in the defense.
Isaac, can he go back-to-back on the three? No. Whistle is called too, so the Nuggets will inbound the ball from the sideline.
Yeah, foul somewhere, so yeah, brings it to the sideline. A couple of subs from both teams. With 2:22 left, this one certainly looks like it's going to come down to the wire.
Almost halfway through the last quarter, and the Nuggets yet to register any points in this last quarter of the game. Knox gets it away to Smiler. Quick pass into Coleman. That's better stuff, but they didn't execute the finish.
Nice passing, good execution, decent look. Nothing wrong with that, just would like to see a bit better finish there.
Pressure being applied defensively, and he gets the ball back in his hands. Defense, though, smothering at the moment for the Nuggets, just putting the Rams in difficult positions, and a difficult shot for Isaac as well.
Good solid defense, nobody got beat there, kept that ball in front the entire time to force a tough shot fading away.
Smiler, and now it's in the hands of Knox. Knox has 3 players on him, doesn't get the and one, but will take a trip to the Chemist Warehouse stripe.
3 players, none of them able to step up and change the angle of that straight line drive. And we take another look, ripping over to this side, and he gets right into the action. There's that body contact. Doesn't get the bucket. Not sure what the officiating crew is having a chat about. I think exactly what player that was on. By the way, it's going to be Darcy Knox at the Chemist Warehouse stripe with a chance to take the lead.
Well, 2.5 minutes. No, yep, 2.5. My maths is mathing, right? 2.5 minutes have gone, and this is their first opportunity at points. And I don't get it.
It goes wanting.
So, an opportunity here now for Knox to level.
That was just their second free throw of the day. There's a third. Now 2 for 3 from the Chemist Warehouse stripe on a tie ball game with about 4 possessions left, I would say.
We've already seen a couple OTs in the Sky Broadband rapidly. Isaac, quick pass out to the edge. We see Nickel back onto the court. Haven't seen him a lot in the Sky Broadband Rapid League game. He's on in the first quarter. And a brilliant 3. Isaac.
Well, when all else fails, just chuck it. Kai Isaac deep. The nickel and Tonge both tried to make some inroads in the post. That didn't work.
Coleman underneath into the paint.
And pressure up the court backfires on the Rams that time. The fast break opportunity created by Darcy Knox beating that pressure and finding Coleman in the half court. Got to get that ball back in the hands of Isaac. That offense has been running nicely through his hands here in the fourth.
He's been good for the Rams. Here's Kaya Isaac. And fighting for the rebound where the Nuggets didn't get there in the end. I thought he had just done enough.
He just stepped on the line. I think they're saying that before he saved it, he actually touched down. Great hustle. We love to see that kind of work from Piper. Unfortunately, all for naught. And they're also saying that's possession to the Nuggets. So they're saying he grabbed the ball because they've reset the shot clock to 24. Oh no, they brought it back down to 14. That's in the front court. So just 14 seconds for the Rams to work with here. But the 1-point lead means these Nuggets got to get a stop to give themselves a good chance of winning this ball game in regulation.
Monomata to inbound. He finds Tonge. Back to Isaac. Lovely bounce pass to Tonge. It's travel.
Oh my.
I thought he punted that pivot.
Well, I mean, there might have been a little shuffle there, but if there's a shuffle, it's because of the contact from Coleman. He's not shuffling on his own there. In that instance, I'm a fan of you call the contact that you wanted to let go because the travel happened, or just let it go. Regardless, nice defense created by Coleman, turnover created, and now a chance to take the lead on this possession for the Nugs.
Risky pass there as well from Smiler. Knox. Someone on him, so a couple seconds the difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Down by 1, the Nuggets. And then he gets fouled outside.
They still have that foul to give. Or is that the last? No, they don't have a foul to give, so that's a silly foul. Not sure what's going on there. It's straight to the stripe. Maybe they're hoping that he misses one and they have a chance to win, but either way, that looked almost as though they thought they had one foul to give, maybe just misread the scoreboard. But hey, that foul's a good foul now, so now they're going to have a chance.
It worked out.
Yeah, if he misses this one, they got a chance to tie or go to overtime. And he makes the second one. Ooh, that's a bouncy ball there. Player timeout called.
And this is where we usually expect to see the player timeout, 28 points apiece.
And you know what? I think this is a strange player timeout, actually, because that resets the shot clock to 14 because the ball's going to be in the front court. So the Nuggets will absolutely get this ball back. Personally, in this instance, it's good to talk about what you want to run. But with 16 seconds left, you know you should be able to get a nice shot. You just know you want to get it up with no time. Well, you can't do that now because there's a discrepancy between the shot and the game clock. Meaning if the Nuggets do get a stop, they'll have a great opportunity to call their own player timeout and possibly steal a win.
So the Rams to Tonge.
I'm just going to let Kai Isaac go to work here. Going to come on ball with about 10 and see what happens. 6 seconds left on the shot clock. What's he going to do?
He's going to go himself, go for the pull-up jump shot, and he gets it, and the whistle.
Kai Isaac with the right as well. I mean, the man is a natural lefty, but hits the runner with the offhand. In traffic, defense all over him. Little shake. Tough cover for Robbie Coleman. You know, he's normally a big. Gets that hand caught up in there. Not a ton of contact, but I like the whistle. It wasn't enough on the shot. That's now a 2-point lead for the Rams. A chance to make it 3 here. And if they do make it 3, the Nugs still do have that player timeout in their pocket. So we're going to have another very exciting finish, I'm sure.
Well, have seen some really good Sky Broadband Rapid League games last night, no exception.
That could be the game of the year, Rapid League or Sal's up to this point. The back and forth nature at the end of that game was fantastic before Isaac Davidson seals it.
Can Kaya Isaac seal it? Well, he's extended the lead to 3. Here is that player timeout we knew was coming.
Well, you have to get a 3. And you're looking on the court. No substitutions on player timeout, so these are the guys you have to go with. Aitchison, I think he's probably the guy that I want taking that shot. Possibly Smiler if you draw some defense off, but we'll see who's inbounding it and where they get it. We saw what they ran at the end of the first half. They ran that fake handoff. You could see that handoff action again for Aitchison to come around that corner and pop, but not a lot of time with 2.4. You can do a few things. You can put the ball on the floor. You can get a shot fake in there. But not so much time. You can be very patient with it. Going to have to be the first, quickest, best look that they get. They're going to have to shoot that ball.
So who's going to stand up for the Nuggets? It's with Coleman, and he overcooks that one. And it will be the Canterbury Rams, the Barbecue Direct Canterbury Rams, who take the Sky Broadband Rapid League match 31 points to 28 here at the Edgar Centre in Dunedin.
And when it comes down to it, the story of the ball game was the three-point shot. The Rams 4 for 11 at 36%. The Nugs 1 for 14 at 7. Had they gotten one of those 13s to drop down, they would have been able to hit into overtime. But at the end of the day, the Rams victorious. A good, solid overall team-wide performance. As we take a look at the Chemist Warehouse stats, Kaya Isaac with that huge bucket to win the game, also the leading scorer in the game, supported by Jonty Bond, who had all his at 7 at halftime. Josh Aitchison trying to bring that Nuggets team back. Taking a look at the rebounds, it was 16 rebounds to 15 rebounds in favor of the Rams overall, led by Aiden Tomge, backed up nicely by Ferentz and Mason and Martin. Aitchison doing work in the rebound department as well. The assists, a few more for the Nuggets. A lot of those were before the half, though. That ball got a little bit sticky in the second half. Darcy Knox leading all players with 4 assists total. As we take a look at the blocks, just the one for Josh Aitchison, which leaves us with the steals. And a lot of turnovers in this game for the Rams. They were able to overcome 9 turnovers in total. 3 of those collected by Caleb Smiler with his good defensive efforts. But in the end, a tight game on the road goes to the Rams 31-28 because of Kaya Isaac's late game heroics.
You got to put it down to as well that slow start for the Nuggets when it was 12-3 to the Canterbury Rams. That's all she wrote here on the Sky Broadband Rapid League game. Do not go anywhere on your Anzac Day afternoon of basketball, because coming up we have the Sal's NBL game with the night and day Otago Nuggets hosting the Wheel Motor Company Canterbury Rams. We will see you shortly.
In particular, very perimeter orientated, but you know, with Lawrence and doing his damage a lot from the inside, I think they
Right, we're in. Okay, we're ready to go. If you're both good, and off you go, Ange.
Welcome to Dunedin, Judd. An important.
You go, Ange.
Welcome to Dunedin, Judd. An important game for both. Welcome to Dunedin, Judd. An important game for both teams today. What have you made of the Nuggets season?
We.
Thank you and all the best.
Thank you.
We're good to go?
Fine. And yep, off you go, Ange.
Welcome, Brent. Firstly, congratulations on your daughter Lucy being named in the New Zealand canoe team for the Paris Olympics. Welcome, Brent. Firstly, congratulations.
Insignificant. Mātou i a rātou.
Thank you and all the best for today.
with the spin aerial, followed by the English version, read by leading swingman Ruben Short and HE4. This will be followed by 30 seconds of silence. If you're able to, please stand.
Kore rātou te kaumātuatia, pēnei tātou kua māhui nei. E kore hoki rātou e noi kore, ahakoa pēhia i ngā āhuatanga o te wā. I te hekina atu o te rā, hainoa ki te aranga mai o te ata, ka maumahara tonu tātou ki a tātou, ka maumahara tonu tātou ki a rātou. They shall not grow old as we that live grow old. They shall not weary them, nor the fears condemn. At the going down of the sun, and in the morning, we will remember them. We will remember them. Thank you.
NZNBL 2024 is rated E.
Tēnā koutou katoa e te whānau, nau mai haere mai, welcome into the Edgar Centre in Dunedin for the South NBL game between the night and day Otago Nuggets, who are hosting the Wheeler Motor Company Canterbury Rams. I'm Taylor Johnson, joining me is Casey Frank on your Anzac Day, and you just missed a beautiful tribute, the Ode to Remembrance by Brett Matahaere in Te Reo and Brendan Tilley Short, a member of the Navy, and big tēnā koe, Casey.
Oh, thanks for having me, Taylor. A pleasure to be calling this game down south between two teams who are looking to solidify their spots in the top six. Of course, let's take a look first at the mixandpick.com. Nuggets were hot favorites coming into the round, but a few changes have changed that, and the Rams now starting to pull ahead. I gotta say, that's the way I'm winning as well. I think the Rams might be getting this one on the road today.
Yeah, we'll update you with a couple of changes shortly, but I had picked the Nuggets pre the game, but now I'm starting to go the way of the Rams. But I think I'm agreeing with the public now, Casey.
It's always dangerous to agree with the public, but in this case, maybe it does. Of course, a late out Z Darko Kelly we'll talk about when we get to the starting lineups, but illness has struck the Nuggets, and that's going to change their lineup a bit. As we take a look at the standings, Taylor, the Saints and the Bulls and the Nuggets only on one loss, so Nuggets win here would equal them at the top of the ladder.
And the Saints, well, they've got the Hawks coming up after this as well, so a chance to solidify their place up the top, should I say. But the Nuggets, if they get the win today, could elevate themselves too.
And the Rams, of course, with a win today would sprint all the way up to equal third spot with the Nuggets if they get that, and they certainly want to be in that top 6 now.
Don't forget, it is a double header today. The Wellington Saints will play the Hawke's Bay Hawks at 6:30 p.m. The Tauranga Fight host the Taranaki Airs tomorrow, should I say, and the Jets will host the Auckland Tuatara, who had a fantastic game last night. We'll take a look now at the starting 5 for the Canterbury Rams, the visitors. And it's a strong starting 5 at that as well, with Britt, Walker Jr., Brown, Olbrich and Buffin Jr. And Olbrich had a game last week.
35 points on his return from Australia following the death of his father, attending a family there. But the Rams are certainly glad to welcome him with open arms, as the 3 imports, Walker Jr., Buffin Jr., and Olbrich, have solidified that starting lineup. And let's hear what Coach Judd Flavel had to say about today's game just before this.
Welcome to Dunedin, Judd. An important game for both teams today. What have you made of the Nuggets season so far this season?
Oh, it's still early days, but I think you can see the firepower that they possess offensively in particular. Very perimeter orientated, but you know, with Lawrence and doing his damage a lot from the inside, I think they're able to stretch the floor, really provide some challenges for, I guess, us defensively, and I guess our connectivity as a result of that. So yeah, real handful on the offensive end.
It's a big day for everyone in New Zealand today. Has there been any discussion amongst the team this week about Anzac Day and what it means for the Rams?
We haven't as such. We kind of, I guess, all the local guys kind of realised just how much of an important time this is. Acknowledging those before us and what they went through and what they did. But yeah, certainly we recognise that, and a special day for us to be able to play on today.
Thank you and all the best.
The thoughts of Judd Flavel ahead of this game. Let's take a look at the starting lineup for the team, and there's a name missing. Darko Kelly not there, and Bardsley gets the nod in the starting 5 and joins Henshaw, Andrew, Lawrence and Webster.
Yeah, interesting. Darko Kelly out with flu-like symptoms. So he is questionable coming in and has not been able to recover in time. But, you know, I think positionally, Matt Bardsley, what he brings is going to allow Henshaw and Webster and Lawrence to really look for their offense as he does the dirty work and make things possibly a little bit easier for an Otago Nuggets team.
Also Webster returning. We saw what they were like without Webster last week against the Franklin Bulls in the top of the table clash. But let's listen to what their head coach Brett Matahaere had to say ahead of this game.
Welcome, Brent. Firstly, congratulations on your daughter Lucy being named in the New Zealand canoe team for the Paris Olympics. Obviously a very special parent moment for you.
Oh yes, yeah, amazing. Leonie and I are super proud, and you know the whole family is. I guess the effort and the perseverance she's made to get to that spot is amazing, and we look forward to travelling to Paris and watching her race.
We also look forward to seeing her on the big screen. All the best to Lucy. A big clash today against the Rams, but more importantly, a time for us all to reflect. What does Anzac Day mean to you and the team?
Yeah, I mean, for me personally, both my grandfathers served in World War II. My one side, Mate Hari's side, was in the 2-8 and ended up as a major in the army there, and then also my other side, Alan Thody, he was a second lieutenant in the armoured division. So, you know, certainly brings back memories and the challenges that they went through. You know, playing basketball pales into insignificance. So, you know, me mau mahara tonu mātou I a rātou.
Thank you and all the best for today.
Lovely words from the head coach Brett Matahaere, and we are all so grateful for our Anzacs as we remember them today. Let's take a look now at the Chemist Warehouse head-to-head stats, and there's some pretty interesting stats that pop up here, particularly those second chance points.
Yeah, led by Jack Andrew for the Nuggets. He's first in the competition in offensive rebounds at over 4.5 per game. But this Ram squad, even without Max Darling, they still got a lot of big bodies who can go in and crash that offensive glass, first and second in the competition in offensive rebounds. So it will be a paramount importance today to control the defensive glass. As we take one final look at the turnovers, Nuggets want to take those down. The Rams right about where you want to be.
Well, earlier in the year, we caught up with someone pretty special in his 7th season with the Rams, Taylor Britt. Let's find out a little bit more about him.
Taylor Britt, Papanui High School, 27 years old, and I've been with the team for 7 years now. Yeah, it was massive being at 31 years since we won the last one. I'd been involved with the team for a long time and we hadn't really got close. So it was a really great group of guys. Thought we earned it through a lot of hard work, and yeah, it meant a lot.
Talk to us a little bit about your game and sort of what you bring to the Rams.
Bring a lot of left-hand layups, try and give my shooters some shots, and a bit of leadership out there on the court. It's been difficult to come to grasp with, now the oldest, so I guess every year it's just, trying to pass on what I've learned from other guys when I was in their position.
Taylor Britt, the oldest.
Surely not.
This has happened quickly. He used to be a young fella, but that's just how fast time flies by. Taylor Britt has been a fantastic leader, having a career season and coming into this game averaging just over 17 points per game. His offense has dropped slightly since the Rams have been able to welcome their full import contingent. And not as much on the scoring side, but his playmaking, his ability to make sure all the mouths at the table are fed is going to be really important for the Rams today.
As I mentioned beforehand, 7th season with the Rams, and it's really nice to see a bit of like loyalty there, right? When players play for one franchise, they're committed.
Well, sweet as didn't get any free agent offers from any other teams, eh, Taylor? Hey, all you athletes out there, stay committed unless you get a better offer from somewhere else.
Follow the money.
No one will pay you to do this once you're done. So take every dollar you can while you can. But offer loyalty too, as long as it's the right spot.
I love that. But if you love a city, you love a city.
Sure, I agree. And as a player, I quite often turn down higher offers to go other places because I thought I was committed to the team. And then that team went bankrupt and I didn't have a job one year. But hey, you do what you do.
Same from a fan's perspective. You like seeing the same people playing for your team.
I definitely agree with that.
Then you get to know them and all of a sudden they're playing for the enemy.
Yeah, that makes it kind of fun.
It's the ball. Kid carries on the ball with his backpack.
He knows he's supposed to get a photo. He just doesn't know where it's at. He's asking somebody to come with me here. He's like, where do I stand for the photo? He knows it's coming. You stand next to the two giants on the court there, big fella. Lachlan Olbrich went for the thumbs up, but now he's coming in. Yeah, there we go. Couple of thumbs up.
Hopefully a backpack full of sugary goodies. Keep mum and dad awake all night.
Maybe a pie. Could be a pie.
I haven't been impartial to a hot dog at night and day, I must say. Do you love a good hot dog from night and day?
I'm a big fan of Jimmy's pies, I can't lie.
So the Otago Nuggets with first possession here in the game. Gotta love the mid-south, you'd say.
I'm interested to see how Kamani Lawrence says he sees that drive, how he attacks this defense, a bigger defense than I think he's seen this season. And he's all around the basket. He's not really a shooter from outside, but he's got a knack from inside the paint as he shows up on that first fadeaway.
Beautiful first bucket. The footwork, the collection of the ball, and just that little jump shot.
I mean, he doesn't shoot from outside the paint. He just doesn't. And teams know that, opposition knows it, but they cannot stop that man from getting where he wants to be.
The Canterbury Rams with their first opportunity to flex their muscles on offense. And Olbrich is the one with the first attempt. Won't get there. The defense from Lawrence was good.
A nice spin move to the baseline. I think just enough physical dissuasion there from Kamani Lawrence makes it tough for the much longer Lackey Olbrich to get that finish.
Henshaw with the bounce pass to Lawrence, blocked.
Olbrich gets in on that one.
And then just trying to put that ball back in was Andrew unable to do so. So the Rams bring the ball back up court.
Not enough patience there for Andrew. He should have taken his time, had a big size advantage, but he goes for the quick shot, hence the miss.
Three-point shot, and it lands early for Walker Jr.
MJ Walker, he's a fantastic shooter, averaging over 5 3-pointers made per game. That's first in the competition, and it looks like he's going to be above that today with that kind of start.
He's first in the competition for points per game, full stop. As Lawrence, as you say, doesn't like to shoot from outside. With the fadeaway, can't get there, but a good offensive board from Andrew, and he puts it back in.
I mentioned Jack Andrew first in the competition in offensive rebounding, 4.5 a game, one of them there, and you see the strength of this Otago Nuggets team. They're not great defensively, but on that offensive side of the glass, they can really pound it.
Britt at the top of the arc. Just looking at his options, decides to drive, gets a little pop pass under to Albright.
Oh, how do you find that angle? First, great pass by Taylor Britt. I love the recognition. He's got the mismatch. He goes quick. But that pocket pass somehow gets it underneath, and Ulbrich somehow from under the backboard gets that in. A really nice extension.
I was going to say, almost hyperextended the back with that reach. Lawrence again goes into the paint, puts up the two-pointer. Lovely photo with the fullback.
I mean, that is a beautiful shot from 14 feet. It makes you wonder why he hasn't taken that form to a little bit further away from the basket, but really showing something of a nice touch early.
Buffin looked like he attempted the shot, but got the pass away.
Yeah, he's going to be upset about that. Had that whistle come a little earlier, he would have gone up and he would have been shooting two, but that foul is now on the pass, so it will be ball on the sideline for the Rams.
Walker Jr. gives it out to Britt. They've got Walter Brown out on the left edge. They won't go for the three-point play, but he will take a trip to the Chemist Warehouse strike.
Well, the Nuggets switching everything defensively early in this one, and that is opening some options, especially for Taylor Britt and the quickness that he possesses against the big. Quick substitution for Jack Andrew. I don't think they're happy about those couple of defensive possessions there, so he's going to go to the bench early. Robbie Coleman comes in. And that, I think, is a tough cover for the Nuggets. They're going to be putting Kamani Lawrence on Lachlan Olbrock now, and he's going to have to guard that big fella for a majority of the game, give it up about 5-6 inches there.
Early substitution for Coleman, but he did play well in the Rapid League game that we just saw beforehand with a couple of nice buckets. As Henshaw gets fouled on his way, tries to put up the shot.
Ben Henshaw was pretty well contained against the Bulls in the last round without Ty Webster to distract that defense a bit. He is a very, very talented player offensively. He can do so much. Still 19 years old. And I got to think that's the youngest import in the history of the New Zealand NBL. I mean, just 19 years old, having that on your shoulders, an impressive feat indeed.
It's hard to forget that he's 19 years old, right? Easy to forget, should I say. I mean, he's made his Boomers debut already as well.
And, he's averaging over 20 points per game. He's putting up great numbers this year. Averaging 24 a game coming in, so that is not the statistical resume of somebody who's still a teenager. And also they've got another teenager coming, still Dante Russo-Nance in this Nuggets lineup to play. He's dealing with a wrist injury. He's still a few weeks away. I think he injured that one. I'm not sure. I think at the end of the first season, but it would be great to see him out and get this Nuggets squad at full strength.
Like Ulbrich inbounded to Taylor Britt. Lovely kick out pass to Walter Brown, but the block coming in from Henshaw as well.
Athletic guard on top of being an offensive player.
Coleman tries to put up the defense, and then everyone crashing the boards. Eventually it comes to Puffin.
Nice rebound eventually there by Kamani Lawrence. Nuggets doing not enough on the offensive glass, but eventually got the stop, and Buffin comes back on that one.
Lovely block as well from Buffin. He was quite a well way away as Walter Brown goes end to end and then finishes.
I'd really like to see Walter Brown get a little aggressive. This young man spent the season with Tasmania. He's got all the skills to be a star, but I think he's still just happy to fit in, but I'd like to see him be a bit more aggressive, especially offensively.
Webster was with his first look with a step back.
Created some space with that crossover, losing Lackley Ulbrich, but couldn't find the net.
Brett thought about it, gave it back to Walker Jr. Ulbrich now with the ball, 1-on-1 with Coleman. Walker Jr. for his second three.
Really nice split action off the post. I like that screen to get MJ Walker that shot.
Webster.
And then we see that activity. The Rams will have the ball on the sideline. Ball in the hands of MJ Walker again. Ulbrich deciding what to do up top.
And a great finish as well by Ulbrich. So the score is 10-8. Both teams keeping well in arm's length of each other. As Webster drives hard, couldn't get there.
Ulbrich offensive one end, good defensive contest at the other. Look at the big fella run. I'd give it down low again, let him go to work. Oh, never mind, Walter Brown's got that triple.
Wide open look for Walter Brown, and he fights hard for the rebound. That is commitment once you miss a shot.
Just killing the offensive glass. And one opportunity for KJ Buffin, as they are just feasting on these misses. Third time's the charm, and Canterbury looking powerful early in this one.
Yeah, the Nuggets will be disappointed with that. Too many offensive boards. And they will take a timeout as well.
Well, we had it in the stats wrap from the beginning of the game. These two teams are the best in the competition on the O glass. And that's one thing about, normally when you're really good on the offensive boards, you're not great on the defensive boards. And we're seeing a little bit of that come to fruition already in this one. Both teams getting a lot of work done in there. The percentages aren't great, but the stick-to-itiveness and those second chance efforts are where we're seeing a lot of the strides being made scoring-wise.
Did you say stick-to-itiveness?
Stick-to-itiveness.
Okay, that's definitely a made-up word.
It's a made-up word that I got from a coach, I believe, in junior high. But it's the stick-to-itiveness. It's the guys who can stick to it. You know, it was something that we called out in my college team as well. It's one of my favorite monikers as a commentator, because it's very descriptive. It's not that first effort. It's not that second. It's how many times you stick with it till the job is done.
I love how you said it with so much confidence that I actually had to double check that wasn't a word.
You know, I'm starting to question how much basketball you're watching, because I say stick-to-itiveness at least twice a game.
I know, and I was like, I don't know if you're saying intuitive or stick-to-itive, but I heard the ST right there.
The stick-to-itiveness. You love to see, it's one of my favorite aspects of a player, the ability to be a stick-to-itiveness player. You stick with it till the job is done, no matter what else is going on.
If any kids watching this get in trouble from their teachers from saying stick-to-itiveness, you send them Case Brake's way.
If I say it enough times, maybe it makes its way into Webster's. You never know. You never know.
So Buffin with the opportunity to add some points for the Rams, and does just that. So the biggest lead so far for the Canterbury Rams, it's 8 points to 13. Ben Henshaw to Webster, who sat out last week's game. They certainly missed him. And then just a misconnect between him and Coleman. Going quickly in transition are the Rams. Buffin from out wide. Oh, the little putback, but it didn't go for Walker.
Ulbrich with great defense to start that offensive fast break again. Ulbrich really everywhere, his length, a real problem for the Nuggets right now.
Bullet pass. And Lawrence decides to drive himself again. That shot he loves so much. This time it just didn't have enough on it, bouncing off the rim.
And now we're seeing a bit of a less of a presence for the Nuggets on the offensive glass. Trying to keep a track of that one.
Buffin goes one-on-one with Coleman and nails it.
KJ Buffin, I'm not sure what the scout report on him coming in. We didn't know a lot about him. His first round was last week. He's supposed to be a strong player, but very confident letting that triple fly, extending the range for the Rams and extending the lead as well. 23
years old from Georgia. Bounce pass, and there's a foul in there on Henshaw as he got that pass away.
Just Lachlan Ulbrich just sitting in the middle of that paint, soaking up all the mistakes. He's got great length. He's around 6'10", 6'11". You know, early in the NBL season in Australia, he was being rated as a second-round prospect. Really did well in the blitz there and rose up a lot of draft boards. But with his skill set, with his size, with his work rate, the NBA is a definite possibility on his horizon.
See Aitchison and Knox check into the game for the Nuggets. Lovely shot being put up by Henshaw. They bat the ball away, do the Rams. Couple of changes for them, just losing the handles. Walker.
Jay Walker there got a little bit ahead of himself. Was thinking about that sort of step through action, wanted to get that activity.
So bringing the ball up the court now is Darcy Knox. Had plenty of minutes in the Sky Broadband Rapid League game. Gets it to Webster. Just looking at their options. Webster decides to go for the three. Pulled up a little bit short there.
Otago's settling right now. You know, everything is sort of that they're taking is at the will of what the Rams want them to take. Need to bend that defense a bit more.
Good hustle and read coming from Henshaw, but he knows he's going to commit the foul there. Just the fight coming up from the Rams, and then he just ended up collecting, I think, Kai Isaac.
Yeah, Kai Isaac, nice change of speed there. When he got by Ben Henshaw for that last moment, after the good attack, you see him, nice use of the crossover, the step through, and when he gets here, I think Henshaw thinks he's going straight up. But the jump stop put to excellent use there. Gets the contact, gets the hoop, gets the harm, gets the chance for the old-fashioned three-point play, which he lets go there.
Well, the Nuggets are in a bit of a stalemate when it comes to scoring at the moment. Still stuck on 8 points.
And they've been there for a while. It got off to such a nice start, but have struggled in the last 6 minutes or so. They hit that bucket with the Ben Henshaw free throw with 2 minutes and 50 seconds in. So it's been over 4 minutes now. 4.5 minutes of not scoring.
Webster with the step back. I think it was a deep two. It was.
Well, we talk about it, and that ends it. T. Webb showing off the range and that rainbow jump shot. He's a guy who, if he gets aggressive offensively, he's going to score some buckets.
Taylor Britt goes up and under Jack Andrew. Well, he had no right to get there.
Taylor Britt is attacking Jack Andrew today. Every time he's coming off an on-ball and the Nuggets are happy to leave Andrew in those drops, Taylor Britt is saying, well, that's not going to work. I'm going to be on the rim. I'm going to get buckets, and I love the aggressiveness out of the point guard.
And so Bardsley is on to the court. 3-point shot is up for Aitchison.
Josh Aitchison coming out confidently, played a solid game in the Rapid League and has taken that confidence over here. Back-to-back shots from distance for the Rams.
Walker kicks it out wide to Isaac. Just rolls around the rim, unlucky not to get that three.
Good box out there by Jack Andrew. Retaining possession and hoping the Nuggets to keep close.
7-point game. Back to Aitchison. Now Bardsley. A lot of ball movement. No one really nominating themselves at the moment. 7 seconds left on the shot clock. Knox drives. Just rolls around the edge of the rim.
With this lineup, you got to get the ball in the hands of T. Webb. Ty Webster, he's the scorer here. He's the one who needs to get that touch at least. Stat stuffer.
As I say, the shot was short, but all of a sudden Olbrich just comes up underneath, misses the first putback, gets the second.
Well, it's such a soft touch. Even that first one, even though it misses, to catch and turn it into a finger roll. And you see that second jump is so important when you're talking about the prospects of elite players. To miss that one and come back up, get that finish before anybody else. Lachlan Olbrich off to an excellent start. 6 points for him now on 3 for 5 from the field. Well, actually 3 for 6 because he missed that one and was stuffing the stats. But 4 offensive rebounds as well.
Minute and a half left in the first quarter. This Anzac Day, the first of the Anzac Day doubleheaders. As Webster did a baseline drive to draw away some defenders, and they just couldn't get that one to fall.
I think the Rams are pretty happy to have Coleman shooting that. As Olbrich just let that one go. He leading him to the other block. If you're going to go with that pass, you got to arc it a little bit more, throw it over the defense so it just drops in. When it's coming down to the straight line, especially if it's not on the same line the players running, it's a very difficult one to pull off.
Kamani Lawrence checks back into the game.
Solid throw by Kamani Lawrence today. This throw game is strong.
Getting a hand to that was Kai Isaac. Played well in the Sky Broadband Rapid League game, was the leading scorer. Defense, though, is up to the task by the Rams. Interplay between the two. Tries to throw it down to Walter Brown.
And Darcy Knox,
he's not happy.
Think that's a foul. I mean, from the angle we had, it looked like there was some contact there with the body, if not anything else. Bardsley tries the aggressive pass, doesn't get it. Well, he's saying he's straight up, but he's not straight up. You're jumping to the side.
He jumped into the.
You're jumping forward.
Maybe he was straight, but he jumped forward.
Yes, your arms were trying to be straight up, but the thing about being straight up is you have to jump in a cylinder. You have to stay on that platform. If you don't stay in it, then you are not in the vertical contest. The contact is illegal, and therefore that's a foul. Nice job by the officiating crew, but I do appreciate the efforts of Darcy Knox.
You gotta sell it. You gotta try your best to sell it.
If you don't believe it, nobody else will.
Exactly. The referee's got it right in this instance, though, so less than a minute to go in the first quarter.
2 misses there by Walter Brown. I think the fans going home with free pizza.
Oh, nice little reverse coming in from Lawrence.
He finds a lot of space, just 3 for 8 from the field now, but much better when he's on the rim. 6 points to go along with 3 rebounds.
As you say, Fro game strong today.
Get with the program.
My English needs to get with the program too at the moment.
Nice job by Coleman reading that one. A little looping pass gets stolen.
Henshaw thought about going quickly, decided just to take his time and look at the shot clock and the game clock. Only 4 seconds between. They let the ball fly and banking that shot. It's Darcy Knox and he's stoked about it.
Nice shot, Darcy Knox on the baseline. Good find by Henshaw. Good unselfish play there. And after 1 quarter, we've got the Rams with a 4-point lead on the Nuggets, 22-18. Here's Henshaw, kicks it into the corner. Darcy Knox lets it up straight into the net. Nothing but. We'll be back with the second quarter action after this.
No, my hooky mail, welcome back to your Anzac Day double-header special. We have the first game up, and it is the Otago Nuggets up against the Canterbury Rams in the NZNBL. And when we take a look at the Chemist Warehouse stats, what jumps out at you, Casey Frank?
Well, 6 offensive rebounds for the Rams in that first quarter. They missed 11 shots. They got 6 of those back, and that took them to 5 points in the paint, but 14 points in the paint and 5 second chance points, that is. And that is not the way you want to begin things if you're the Otago Nuggets, giving up that kind of activity to Lachlan O'Brook and this Ram squad.
To be fair, the Rams were all over the Nuggets in the first quarter. They're quite lucky to be only trailing by 4, but that's a lovely defensive rebound coming in from Lawrence. Henshaw with the footwork drives himself, bats the ball away to Webster on the edge. Darcy Knox, who sunk a beautiful 3 to end the first quarter, goes up for the floater.
Darcy Knox getting aggressive offensively. And mentioned that maybe T. Webb was the guy who needed to get a little bit more involved, but Darcy Knox has put his hand back for 5 straight points. Oh, nice.
Well, I was going to say, Lockie Albrecht was about to slam that. Webster got a hand to it, but he still managed to finish. Tough finish.
Nobody leaves the ball. I mean, everybody, you don't leave the ball, guys. The guy who's dribbling, stay with him. Lachlan Albrecht loses everybody for 2.
Lawrence spun around, as you say, but couldn't quite get that one.
Albrecht owning the glass. That is his 6th rebound of the game.
Canterbury Rams just looking for their options. Albrecht has Webster on him, decides to kick that ball out. Isaac. And then on to the court as well for the Rams.
Just 6. Oh, yeah, the shot clock never changed. Tucky Ferguson didn't get the ball on the rim. I thought it might have hit it, but that is not what the official said. Shot clock violation is called. And that late pass there when Taki Franson couldn't get it up on the rim, that ends up in the shot clock violation.
So the Otago Nuggets trailing by 4. Hoop heads, don't forget, every Wednesday night at 6 o'clock.
That's where all the hoop activity and chat is.
Losing the ball there was Webster. Thought he had that whacked away, but he was the one with the last hand to it.
No argument from him, he realizes. And it's always tough coming off of suspension. Got to refine that rhythm with your squad. The Rams were playing quite well. We're undefeated before that. Oh, bad defense there.
Well, no one home on defense for the Rams, and just let Walter Brown go free, and he knocks down the 3.
Well, just poor communication, walking it back like you're in a Wednesday night run, but this is Sal's NBL. You got to be ready for those transition opportunities.
Henshaw from downtown can't get there. This time it's Walker with the rebound. Olbrich back to Britt.
Go back to the post. He's got this mismatch. Just go to work, big fella.
We looked to do exactly that, but coming up with the spoils was Kamani Lawrence Coleman. Oh, you need to finish those ones. Couldn't get there, but Lawrence comes back in the block from Olbrich as well. It's all happening under that hoop.
Well, good effort there by Olbrich to get back into the play. He started by complaining of that, so it was out of the things in transition. The Rams, Walter Brown especially, does a nice job one-on-one or getting back in things, getting that box out, fighting with Kamani Lawrence. And then Olbrich eventually gets that block. Ball stays with the Nuggets, but nice job taking away a fast break opportunity.
Jack Andrew back onto the court for Coleman. Henshaw steps back, gets the 2 fly, doesn't get it. Fighting hard for the rebound was Knox, but it will be in the hands of the Rams.
Ben Henshaw hasn't really been involved much. Just 0 for 2 from the field and 2 free throws right now. And you look at that shot profile, 0 for 2 for Henshaw, 1 for 4 for Ty Webster. All the shots in the starting lineup from Lawrence was just 3 for 9.
Strong move there, coming in by the Rams. Walker.
And Jay Walker knew exactly where he was getting. Got to that spot. Ty Webster had to respect it. He goes to the fadeaway, and the form was pretty.
Lawrence back to Webster. Knox, can he get a second 3? Oh, that one bounces away. Jack Andrew just lets that ball land in the hands of Walter Brown, and so the Rams with a defensive rebound.
Nugs being out hustled. Walter Brown that time works his way in, gets possession, saves it, and gets it back to the Rams.
Walker with the handles, kicks it out to Walter Brown. The foul as well. Hustling was Olbrich, but just a little bit too aggressive.
Yeah, I like that crash. What I don't like right now is the Nuggets just looking not very cohesive. As we take a look at the nice look, good crash from Olbrich, tries to get his hands up and in. And pretty unfortunate, I think, for Olbrich. That looked like it was a clean swipe, 2 players going for it, but when you come in that hard, especially when you're that big, sometimes the whistle goes against you.
What was the line used in the Rapid League? You just get caught for being big.
Sometimes it just happens. If you're bigger than everybody, you're the guy they see.
So Lawrence, there's a big wall of red in front of him, but doesn't matter.
Yeah, I think the Rams are confusing his inability to shoot from outside the key to shoot those little baby J's from 10 feet. He's very confident in those. He's not going to shoot a 15-footer, but in that painted area, he's going for it.
Oh, going for it hard as well. He was buffing.
Henshaw picks the foul up, and he's beside himself, especially because that's going to be his 3rd personal. So he's going to be heading to the bench. He's not happy about it. That's going to be his, probably be the rest of his half. And he's having a chat with Marty Davidson about it. Taking another look at the drive here. Nice find. And Jay Walker comes in, and ooh, that's a tough one.
You can see from his reaction to, that's a huge player to lose this early on. Well, to be in foul trouble, should I say. 3 personal fouls. And we're not even halfway through the second quarter.
Yeah, it's gonna be difficult for them to go without Henshaw for this amount of time. But we've seen in this game at least that Darcy Knox is up to lifting up some of that weight offensively on his own. Ty Webster hasn't really gotten involved yet. And the Nugs are obviously very happy to roll through Lawrence as we take a look at this week's Sal's NBL deal. Use online code SALSCORE or use that QR code for a large Brooklyn pizza. We got on there sausage, meatball, all the good stuff.
I love that they're valid until next week, Tuesday as well, because you can order that every night. If you're a big pizza fiend, write it down, take a photo.
Or also known as me in my 20s. A lot of pizzas.
When you're at university, pizza is the go-to.
Oh, yeah.
Everyone just every free event you go to, they feed you with pizza.
I remember my freshman year in college, on top of all the dorm meals that I would get, which were paid for, every night right before bed, I'd also order a large pizza and 24 wings. Every single night my entire freshman year. Damn, that's a lot of money wasted.
Think of the investment properties you can have now.
Yeah, but think of all those wings I ate. Oh, they were tasty. They were tasty.
So Buffin with an opportunity from the Chemist Warehouse stripe. He doesn't get the first one.
The iron unkind from the free throw stripe right now for the Rams. Just 2 for 8 from the Chemist Warehouse.
Well, they usually operate at 74% this year, so not having a good day out there, but they get a second one.
3 for 9, up to 33% now. Despite that poor form from 15 feet away, still up 8 points.
Knox just looking at the options. Webster and Lawrence trying to move around. Here goes the drive eventually from Webster. Lawrence again up in that paint.
If he's shooting in a clear basket from 4 feet, it's going in. Nice kiss off the glass there. And Kamani Lawrence into double figures now with 10.
Taylor Britt gets that bounce pass, but it goes haywire. Lawrence just taking his time with the step and then with the lovely hands.
He just knows how to score around the back. He's just got a knack for it. He takes his time, extremely patient. Left hand, right hand, doesn't matter. It's going to be a bucket.
Britt kicks it out to Brown. Brown thought about the shot and then great intercept coming in from Webster.
Ty Webster is doing a nice job of forcing MJ Walker off this line. 2 steals in a row that were meant for MJ Walker.
He asked the referee too where the foul was. He does take a couple of knocks there. He got that intercept. Hitchison kicks it back out to Knox, and they've really used their bench a lot in this first half, have the Nuggets. Deep 2 coming in from Knox. Well and truly misses that one.
Well, we're going to see a lot of bench from the Nuggets today. You know, obviously with no Z Darko Kelly out with illness, now without Ben Henshaw probably for the rest of the half with 3 fouls. They're going to have to go a little bit deeper into those reserves than they originally planned. And so far the results haven't been bad. Darcy Knox has been solid. Matt Bardsley has not done a lot in his insertion in the starting lineup. But those backups have done just enough to enable the Nugs to stay within touch distance.
Well, exactly. They're only down by 4. The biggest lead did go to the Rams, and it was 10 points. So they're just hanging in there at the moment, Casey.
Nothing like hanging in there. You know, it's a testament to a team when they're able to stay in games and win ugly. Everybody can win when they're playing well. If you're hitting everything and the other team's not going well for them, that's easy to win those games. But when things aren't going well, where people are in foul trouble, where the shot's not falling, can you manufacture buckets? Can you find ways to string stops together and take away the strengths of the opposition? And that is the true measure of, you know, not just winning basketball, but championship basketball, is how you get through those bad moments.
Obviously missing a few players, Darko Callow, Russo Nance, and Henshaw in foul trouble. So, as you said, that bench really needed to step up. They got 8 bench points at the moment.
They're not bad. 5 of those from Darcy Knox, 3 from Josh Aitchison. But somebody else in the starting lineup's got to support Kamani Lawrence. He's got 12. No other starter has more than 2. Somebody else has got to help the big fella.
We haven't seen a lot from Webster. We know, as you said, it's hard to come back once you've had a suspension.
T-Web tends to bide his time. I could see him finishing this quarter quite strongly.
Walker. There's a hand to that from the Nuggets as well. Up against Walker. I think it will be inbounded by the Nuggets.
Well, MJ Walker wanted to grab it, but he thought he was on the baseline, so he let that one go, and he probably would have been out of bounds anyway, but his teammates aren't able to chase it down. Nice drive. Good job by the Nuggets, making it a difficult finish for MJ Walker, who found the space but couldn't get the good angle.
Knox. Just goes to the left-hand side, trying to find some space. Lawrence, again, he will just drive all day and try to put up the shot. Almost got the 3-point play, but it will be a trip to the Chemist Warehouse stripe.
Well, that's a tough cover for MJ Walker. Guarding Kamani Lawrence, who's a very stout, strong power forward. You're getting the ball in decent position. You know, he gets it at that 15-foot spot. He's able to put the ball on the floor and decide if he wants to go for the floater this time. He goes step through, tougher footwork, doesn't get the bucket, but a chance for 2 from the Chemist Warehouse strike to cut the lead in half.
Well, the Nuggets are last in free throw percentage in the league. They, coming into this game, had only hit 60 from 101. They're sitting at 59%.
And Kamani Lawrence, not a great shooter from the free throw line. He's got a bit of a hitch in the jump shot. Looks very different from anywhere else he shoots, but able to pull 1 for 2 there.
Lead now 3 to the Canterbury Rams. Walker to Ulbrich. A lot of movement from Walker, just trying to provide some options for Ulbrich. Buffin and Walter Brown out on the left-hand side. Walter Brown crashes the ball. Does a really good job, does Walter Brown. Such elevation in the youngster.
8th offensive rebound of the game for the Rams. Just the 2nd this quarter, though, so the Nuggets doing a bit of a better job after giving up 6 initially. And Ty Webster is doing an excellent job on the leading scorer in the competition, MJ Walker. Coming in, averaging around 29 points a game, I believe, with 29 even, just 5 so far. Make it 8.
Lovely shot, falling away as well.
That's the thing about scores. They're going to keep shooting until they get that bucket in.
Webster offloads it to his Frobro. Mid-range jumper, and that one just getting bumped off his balance. Walker Jr. will go again for 3, back-to-back, bang, bang. That's
a great pass by Lachlan Ulbrich. First, he plays excellent defense on Kamani Lawrence on the other end, but for a big fella to have that kind of awareness, to get the ball kicked ahead to him, this is not a spot 6'10" guys want the basketball, but then to have the awareness that his shooter's in the corner, he understands what's going on the court. I mean, that's a really nice play for a 20-year-old big who's just developing himself as a basketball player. And once again, the Rams have a commanding lead up to 9 points now, as MJ Walker, who moments ago said at 5, well, he's got 11. 2 shots later, he's up to 11, and suddenly 29 points is looking like it's very achievable.
Field goal percentage at the moment, 42% for the Nuggets, and the Rams 46%.
I mean, that field goal percentage, especially done from the interior, just 5 threes overall for Otago right now. And you know, Otago's had a good record, they've been pretty good, but their scoring defense is actually last in the competition. Teams are averaging 96.25 against them overall. A lot of that came from last week's game against the Bulls, where they sort of ran away. But in terms of pace, this game's nowhere near that right now. Just 27 points for the Nuggets coming in, and they were the 3rd leading scoring team in the competition, averaging 93 points a game. That is a long way away right now. The Rams really turning the clamps defensively.
Yeah, the game hasn't really got a rhythm at the moment. It's quite stop-start.
You know, it's this is going to be a battle. These are 2 big teams that are, you know, trying to oppose their will physically, and both teams have been able to find little bits of rhythm, but neither team has been able to get that going for very long. It's been 2-3 possessions, and then they get knocked out of it.
Webster goes himself, kicks the ball out to Knox, and he'll get fouled.
MJ Walker just gets his hand caught in the cookie jar and picks up foul number 2.
If you're just joining us, Ben Henshaw is currently on 3 personal fouls, and so is sitting on the bench.
See this drive here, just straight into Walker, and I'm not sure if that might have actually been on KJ Buffin. Not 100% positive. Didn't see where that whistle came in, but either way, foul on the Rams.
Knox gets it to Lawrence. Webster trying to free himself up. Gets it in the hands of Knox. Good screen that came through. Just couldn't get it to Forkai. Isaac back onto the court too. Taylor Britt looking for options. Ulbrich. Ulbrich goes one-on-one with Coleman. Gets up under, strong finish.
Too big. Just dribbles that down. You got to send that double earlier. You got to make him pick that foul ball up. You let him just bang down Robbie Coleman. That's going to be a bucket eventually.
It's static. Coleman, the only one moving, kicks that ball out to Lawrence. Bardsley tries to go around the edge, and he put a foot
Foul called. And thankfully, it did step out of bounds, but it was that contact initially that forced it. So I like that call. Probably wouldn't have called it had he not stepped out of bounds, but certainly enough of a contact there to force him onto that slide line. Ball stays with the Nugs.
Bardsley got the start tonight with Darko Kali unavailable. Here's that finish that we were looking for from Webster.
Beautiful pass by Robbie Coleman there. Does a nice job of setting a bit of a bump screen on MJ Walker to give T-Web that space for the cut before delivering the pass.
Kai Isaac running onto the ball with speed. Stopped though by Coleman again, working hard. And Webster fends off Walter Brown and gets the pop pass away. It was Bardsley that finish.
Nice find, T-Web, drawing multiple defenders. He knows somebody's running with him. He didn't know who it was till he dropped it off, but eventually Bardsley gets two.
Walker goes up and gets fouled by Webster.
Nice crossover there. MJ Walker rejecting that screen. Heading back to the baseline, trying to add to his 11-point haul right now. T-Web getting himself involved offensively. Got that assist there. And 4 points now too, but still just the 5 shots for a player who's on that short list of best guards in this competition.
Walker adds the first one. An opportunity.
His first free throw of the game, up to 12 points.
It's both of them, so 40 points to 31. The Rams reach 40. As you said, it's been low scoring at the moment. Knox gets it to Lawrence. Webster outside the arc. Fades away, but great offensive rebound coming in from Lawrence. Knox thought about it. Fake the three. Webster with the footwork, shake and bake, bringing it back, and can't quite finish. Everyone's fighting for it. Coleman with the rebound and the putback. There we go. Better stuff on offensive rebounds.
It looked like Ulbrich got pulled to the ground there when he was going to get that rebound. Doesn't get whistled, and the second chance efforts of the Nuggets coming through here. There's a foul on Lawrence there as Ulbrich was trying to cut through. Not often you see that whistle away from the basket, but that will be Kamani Lawrence's second personal foul. So 2 on T-Web, 2 on Lawrence, 3 on Henshaw. Foul trouble mounting up for the Nugs.
On the starters as well. So a minute and a half left in the first half. The Rams with that 7-point lead looking to extend as Taylor Britt block coming in though. From the Nuggets, going hard and fast was Lawrence, and another block, this time Buffett.
Buffett gets the block, but the foul on Kaya Isaac first, so Lawrence will head to the stripe. And we see Taylor Britt recognized the open Ulbrich a little bit late on the other end. You see Kaya Isaac just get trucked. Foul on him. KJ Buffett, nice read to get back into play, but Lawrence will head back to the stripe where he's currently 1 for 2 to try and add to his 13-point total. This is a crazy hitch. That is a crazy hitch. I'm sorry. That hitch and that free throw is something. I'm surprised we don't see more lane violations based on it. It's like an unpurposeful Dylan Boucher free throw fake.
Oh, I think we almost saw the lane violation you're talking about there.
Just about gets the tip in on his own team.
So again, still 7-point difference. Maybe we need a hoop head segment on that. Ulbrich, tough finish underneath, just too strong.
He can really finish at interesting angles on the baseline. His length is able to, he looks like you've got him defended underneath the backboard, but he's able to find a way to get that up and in.
It's the way he contorts his body as well for a big guy. Lawrence inside. Knox just looking for opportunity. Only 4 seconds left on that shot clock. Needs to get it up and away. They go out to the edge. Shot clock resets, but doesn't matter.
Bardsley couldn't find that one. Ulbrich on the break. I like it.
Rams go quickly. Then Taylor Britt, well, it opened up for him, but the defense was good. No whistle there as well.
Well, this could be the last shot of the quarter. Rams do have a player timeout in their hands if they do get a rebound early.
They're going to soak up the clock here are the Otago Nuggets. Webster with the handles underneath. Doesn't get a whistle.
All player timeout, didn't see it, instead a half-court shot.
Not going to get it either. So half-time, the score is 42 points to 33. The Canterbury Rams currently leading the home team in the Otago Nuggets. In the first quarter, they only trailed by 4, and now it's been extended. So don't go anywhere, because coming up right after this, we will review the half that was. No, my hook and my welcome back to Otapoti Dunedin, where it is the Canterbury Rams leading 42 points to 33 over the night and day Otago Nuggets in the South NBL. And Casey Frank, it was an interesting first half. The Nuggets kind of looking like they haven't got out of second gear yet.
Yeah, neither team looked super comfortable, and each time one team would get a little bit of a run, some physicality or a couple of mistakes would put an end to that really quickly. As we take a look at the Chemist Warehouse halftime stats, leading scorers 13 for both squads, doing it in different ways. MJ Walker from deep, Kamani Lawrence from in the paint. Olbrich, the only other double-figure scorer, and he's done it all around the paint. As we head off to the rebounds, which is 25-20 to favor of the Rams right now, a 5-rebound advantage, and that's led by KJ Buffin and Alaki Olbrich, 15 boards between the two of them. And Lawrence and Coleman combined for 10 on the Nug side. Into the assist game. Total assists, not very many. The Ballas has to do the work on its own. Just 3 assists for the Nugs, 4 for the Rams. Britt Olbrich in there, and just 3 players with 1 each. I think both teams need to start letting that basketball do a little bit more of the work. Onto the blocks. You see 3 there for the Is this the same stat? It's Webster, Barnsley, and Henshaw again. But the blocks, they're getting in on the block game. Oldbrook had that big block on the break. KJ Buffin got one in as well, just leaving the steals, of which there's been minimal activity. Spread around once again for the Nugs and the Rams. Walter Brown and Lachlan Oldbrook in there. When you see the efficiency, the Rams just shooting 44% on the day, but that is better than the Nuggets, who are at 40. And neither team doing much from behind the arc. 25% for the Nugs, 5 for 11 from deep for the Rams. So what's good news is neither team's turning it over too much. 6 turnovers for the Rams, 4 for the Nugs. The teams that's able to find a little bit of speed on offense and play with a bit of efficiency, especially this first few minutes of the second half, I think they're going to be able to get in this game and possibly take control of it.
The Canterbury Rams with a 9-point lead at the half. The Otago Nuggets really need to fight back to keep in this game. Don't go anywhere, because coming right up after this, we have the second half in the Sal's NBL. No mai hoki mau, welcome back to Otepoti Dunedin for your Sal's NBL afternoon doubleheader. First up we have the Otago Nuggets and the Canterbury Rams, and then after this it is the Saints and the Hawks from Wellington. And currently it is the Canterbury Rams leading by 9 points, 42-33 over the Nuggets. And Casey Frack, what do the Nuggets need to do or change to bring themselves back into the game?
Well, I'd love to see Ty Webster and Ben Henshaw get involved in this game. Just 6 points between the two of them, not a lot of shots. Foul trouble for Henshaw and just a lack of offensive aggression for Ty Webster, as he's been content to set other people up. And you see Obviously, the fans at home have seen with their own eyes what's happening out there. The Rams up to 57%. Surprised more haven't gotten on this Canterbury Rams train the way they play in the first half. But if you can get Henshaw involved, if you can get Webster involved, and a little something from Jack Andrew, who just played 10 minutes in that first half, I'd like to see him go up against Lackey Olbrich and try and slow him down a bit. That, to me, would be a prescription that would go a long ways towards it.
Well, I'd like to see the Nuggets get the win tonight, because if they don't, I'm 0-2 on our hoop heads picks.
Stop being so selfish, Tam.
I'm 0-2. Come on, Nuggets. I picked you guys.
That's a tough start. The Tuatara, of course, starting the week off with a big win against the undefeated Bulls. And they just looked so good offensively yesterday, the way they played against the Bull squad that's very deep and very talented. But Rob Lowe, Corey Webster, Cam Glidden, Ruben Tarangi, and Tom Vodanovich refused to be stopped in that victory yesterday.
We take a look at the Nuggets in their season so far. They've had 3 wins and 1 loss. Last week the loss handed to them by the Bulls, 105-71. Really did blow out that game. Of course, they were missing Webster. And then the Rams, they are 2 wins, 2 losses, coming off the back of a good win over the Hawks, 104-84. Big blowouts last week, though.
A lot of big blowouts. You know, even the games that were a little bit close ended up being blowouts. The Phi Southland close going into the fourth quarter ends up being 15 points. Taranaki Wellington came into the fourth quarter at 4 points different, ends up being 17 or around there. So, and big news, of course, coming out of that Saints game was Hiram Harris facing tribunal this week for a high blow to the head. He contested that, and his appeal was upheld, so he is available for today's game later between the Saints and Hawke's Bay down in Wellington. What a huge loss that would have been. Without Hiram Harris, that would have been a lot closer than I project it to be right now.
The Otago Nuggets, what can they do in the second half? I see Henshaw back onto the court. He was on foul trouble very early in the second quarter. He's on 3 personal fouls if you've just tuned in.
Yeah, he just played 11 minutes there in that first half. The less amount of minutes of any starter outside of Jack Andrew, who just played 9.5, and Jack Andrew 2 points, 2 rebounds in that time. So a bit surprising to see him limited, not by foul trouble. Not sure. Hopefully he gets something going here in the second half.
Well, Jack Andrew, as you mentioned a couple of times, was number 1 on offensive rebounds. Hasn't really managed to get too many. In fact, the Nuggets as a whole unit haven't been able to, considering they were first in the league for it.
Well, they did get 7 offensive rebounds, but they've missed 24 shots, so down to under 25%, and their percentage of offensive rebounds is above that on the season.
Webster for 3, and that is the way the Nuggets needed to start. He heard you. He told him he needed to step up this half. He heard it.
And he is a guy who can tend to ease his way into a game. He's not a guy who I think loves scoring the basketball the way some players do. He's got that talent to do it, though. MJ Walker misses that triple.
Again, they get the offensive rebound, though, so they get another opportunity for some second chance points. Spin move coming in from Olbeck. He goes one-on-one with Andrew, just gets in over the top, but the defense was good enough from Andrew. Everyone's hot potato under the rim for that ball. Eventually, Lawrence comes away with it.
The Nuggets doing just enough right now. Things are going their way. Looked like a short 2, but T-Webb with a chance to add another 2 to it.
Couldn't get there from the Chemist Warehouse stripe. So the Rams bring that ball back up the court.
If I'm the Rams, I'm probably disappointed that I'm only at 6 right now. They've really dominated this game in most aspects, but the Nuggets are hanging tough. They just find a way.
So I said, they've just been hanging in there and keeping them at arm's length at the moment. Foul, though, coming in, I think, against Bardsley, just reaching.
Not a lot of contact on that one. Probably one that you see several times a game, but didn't have the same angle, although Matt Bardsley is quite confused. Matt Bardsley, full-time teacher, uses his lunch hours to have team training with the squad. That is dedication.
I love that. Buffin, though, strong underneath with the finish.
Had that mismatch on T-Webb, just uses his power and takes advantage of the height. Lachlan Olbrich, he is showing so hard when T-Webb's coming off an on-ball.
Bardsley. And the foul as well. What does he teach?
That is a great question. I actually think he's on the younger kids, so I think he's an elementary school teacher, but I'm not positive about that. Please don't quote me. Maybe somebody can shoot us a text at some point, but I do know I had a chat with him, and he's using those lunch hours to come back. Do we have a technical foul here? We have a technical foul. Didn't see exactly what it's called. We'll wait for the play-by-play to catch up, but a bit strange when you get the whistle to get the technical foul, that part, but a few other things going on that maybe it came that way. It certainly looks like it might be T-Web that got it, considering he's arguing his case over there.
I think we've missed the first attempt, and it did go in.
That is a technical foul on Ty Webster. That is what the call was. So he was arguing some point in a manner that was not appreciated by the coin officiating crew.
So they come back down the other end, and Bardsley gets the first of his 2 attempts. And banks the second as well, so a successful trip to the Chemist Warehouse 3-throw line from Mr. Bardsley.
They needed that. They are now 5 for 8 from the stripe.
MJ Walker kicks it out to Walter Brown, who was left alone out on the left edge. Getting the offense, no, they didn't get the offensive board, and Walter Brown picks up a foul on Henshaw. And I like the content that the Nuggets put up during the week. I don't know if you saw around why they have their numbers. And everyone thinks,
that was solid.
Yeah,
that was very solid.
Everyone thinks Ben 10.
Not Ben 10.
He's not Ben 10.
But we're going to call him Ben 10 anyway.
Yeah. And that's like Walter Brown. He's the basketball badger. Is his new nickname from Hoop Heads.
Okay. That's a solid one, the basketball badger.
Yeah, because he looks like the honey badger. Which you probably don't know.
I know the honey badger.
Yeah, you watch rugby?
I'm a big fan of the honey badger.
Oh, okay. Here we go. Well, good fast break coming in from the Rams in transition.
Nice fast break opportunity there. Yeah. Good job. I would say Walter's a little skinnier than the badger. Not quite as stocky. Well, Kamani Lawrence almost gets it up there. Ulbrich gets pinged with the whistle. Ulbrich picks up foul number 2 there. Kamani Lawrence just right into him. I mean, Ulbrich in decent position, looks pretty straight up, but that aggressive offense creates that opportunity as KJ Buck. A lot of chatting with the officials. Both teams, I think, need to stop politicking and just play. And I hear half the country laughing at me as I say that.
Well, did you ever have words with referees, Casey? As you sit there and laugh?
Once or twice. Unfortunately.
It's a thankless job.
It certainly is. But a very well appreciated one.
Absolutely. We don't have games without the referees. Well, thank you to the coin referees. As Ulbrich has the ball, gets it back to Britt. Still just keeping them at arm's length at the moment. 7 points of difference. Ulbrich gets it to Walter Brown, trying to steal the ball. Was Darcy Knox. Now wide open 3. Offensive board, another one. There was plenty of Nuggets jerseys in there as well. They couldn't keep that rebound.
Passing up some looks as well. There's a couple decent ones that they don't want to shoot.
And just over the top.
Just looks so easy. Just looks so easy for Lachlan Ulbrich. He's got that shake. Gets Andrew to continually drop back, and then the spin move eventually with his length. Just such an easy finish. His Henshaw harassed by Walter Brown.
Webster spins away. Lets the shot go, and it just rolls in.
T-Web, a couple of buckets on this side of the half, up to 9 points now, but he's a guy I'd like to see get really aggressive. If I'm the Nuggets, I want to work through him for a bit. Oh, that's pretty.
Oh, just getting around Jack Andrew.
I mean, Jack Andrew, it's very tough cover for him when Ulbrich is faced up and he's got a lot of space because he can get to that spin move either way. You see he finishes with the left that time, finished with the right last time. Very tough player.
No one crashing the boards there for the Otago Nuggets as well, so it's an easy rebound for the Rams. Taylor Britt drives to the rim himself, easy layup.
Oof. That is several bad possessions defensively in a row there. And Coach Brett Matahara has seen enough himself. He needs to get this team to recommit on that end. This one-on-one basketball, no help coming over, is turning very fruitful for the Canterbury Rams as they stretch their lead out to 11 points on 3 straight buckets.
Biggest lead of the game now to the Canterbury Rams as well with those 11 points.
Good timeout, Coach Brett Matahare. I think looking into things now, he needs to find a way to slow down Lackley Olbrook. I'd like to see maybe some doubles. Certainly see the second man coming over, making that difficult on those spin moves when he's facing out. Perhaps build a wall, get some help in from the sides, and dare this Rams squad not to shoot the basketball from deep. They're just 5 of 19 from behind the arc right now. MJ Walker has made 3 of those. So if you're able to contest him, stay close to him, but build a wall with some of the other defenders on Olbrook, that will make Jack Andrews' job, or it looks like Robbie Coleman's job, a little bit easier as Andrews getting subbed out.
Well, that's the thing. How do you stop Rocky Olbrook at the moment? As you said, maybe put 2 defenders on him, but he's at 66% from the field. He's 8 from 12.
Exactly what he was shooting last week. I believe he's like 12 for 16 from the field, up there at 75. So, you know, this guy, just an excellent player. He's got great length, excellent skill set as well, and he's carrying that load for the Rams here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, over the season, he's 19 from 28, so 68% in total heading into this game. As Knox was left wide open out on the perimeter. And Brett wants to go quickly. Spin move, that is brilliant work from Brett.
Well, beautifully done, Taylor Britt. Just one-man fast break there, refused to be denied, and Knox tries to take the charge, but to no avail. No jumper there. Foul underneath. I think that's on MJ Walker on the Coleman roll, grabbing him after he set that screen. And unfortunate for the Nugs, because the screen did its job. It created that space for T-Webb.
Just going back to the bucket from Brett, though. I mean, this is what happens when they go quickly. We haven't seen a lot of tempo, as we saw the reason for the foul there. But when teams go fast, they're scoring points.
It seems like an easy game. You know, it does seem like an easy game. Push that pace. But both teams seem a little sluggish. Maybe they got up for the Anzac Day services, the dawn services this morning, and a little bit
up at 5 a.m. They were up at 5 a.m. for a good cause.
Well, yeah, normally basketball players up at 5 a.m. for another reason.
The Rams through Olbrook. Brett kicks it out wide to Kai Isaac. Oh, lovely ball movement. And that's what you asked for at the halftime break. There wasn't a lot of assists because the ball wasn't doing much moving.
But there, the penetration, the kick across, the extra pass, wide open shot for Kaya Isaac, drained, and now a 16-point lead.
Huge lead, and it's getting cut down back to 13 points thanks to the shooting hands of Henshaw.
Finally, he says. Now his 5th shot of the game, just 5 shots, but now 1 for 5 for 5 points.
Taylor Brett goes quickly again. That time he didn't get the roll, but he just opened up that Otago Nuggets defense.
And not a lot of rotations from the Nugs right now.
Henshaw again, he's feeling hot. Can't get the bounce.
I'd like to see a little bit more work in the half court to get him open. Him and Webster both need to get involved. Nice job, Knox, forcing the steal.
He just did enough to tip that ball away. Lawrence looking for the whistle.
Well, not really sure who that foul was on. If that's on technical foul on the Rams bench, I think MJ Walker got that one. A lot of complaints out there. Both teams need to concentrate on things. Taylor Britt, I mean, if that's a foul on Taylor Britt, not really sure what he's supposed to do. He looked pretty stationary there, had his hand straight up. So I could see why he's frustrated, but he didn't get that whistle on the technical foul. That was on the bench. Don't think it was Judd Flavel, Coach Judd Flavel. I thought he looked and admonished one of his players down there. My money would be on MJ Walker. Because I saw that's where they went, but can't chat from the bench. Yeah, I think he missed that one there.
Yeah, Henshaw missed.
And now back in for the Kamani Lawrence attempts on the foul.
They have left a couple of points out there, have the Nuggets.
The free throw shooting has not been kind for either team really up to this point.
They just missed another one there. And the unconventional shot coming in, and they've got the offensive rebound though, so an opportunity to make good for those points that were missed. Hasn't been too successful, has Lawrence from the free throw line.
And that's Olbrook. That's going to be his 3rd personal foul. Not a great foul. Especially, you're already in the bonus. You should know that. You're sending them right back to the line. I mean, the Nuggets, yes, they are the worst free throw shooting team in the league, but that's not because of Ben Henshaw. He's more than likely going to knock down a couple here.
So the biggest lead of the game was 16. It's back down to 13. Now just 12.
Sorry, second personal foul on Ulbrich. But in foul trouble, 3 on MJ Walker, 3 on KJ Buffin, 3 on Taylor Britt. So,
on their starters.
And it's starting to add up for them. Hence why all but Buffin are on the bench.
Kaya Isaac, he's been good. He's added some real talent onto the court off the bench. Ulbrich, one-on-one down there with Lawrence.
Just too big. If you're going to let him get a catch there, is Walter Brown with a silly foul. He says it's not a foul, but he got his hands in. Henshaw's trying to take off. You got to keep those hands out. Just misreads the timing on that one, trying to argue it, but certainly a foul. He picks up his second, and back to the free throw stripe we go.
Yeah, they're in the bonus now.
These free throws, not super exciting.
I wanted to spend my Anzac Day watching free throws.
Did you? Wow, you're in luck. Because the Nuggets are putting them up. They are now 10 for 16 from the stripe. And of course, coming into this game, the Rams weren't a bad free throw shooting team. I think they were third in the competition at 74%, but just 50% today at 6 for 12.
So Buffin inbounds the ball to Kaya Isaac. Isaac goes hard. Goes into the paint too, changes direction with the spin move. Wants to do it all himself, just couldn't get the finish, but Walter Brown tidies up.
The Rams going one-on-one because they can. You know, they're not really being forced into anything else, but probably like to see that ball move a bit more.
Buffin goes up.
A charge.
Yeah, it had to be a charge against Lawrence.
I'm interested to see where his feet are because that's the 4th personal foul on KJ Buffin. I'm not sure if we have a replay on it, but you know, he kicks it out top. Buffin comes in out and to the end. Yeah, nice job by Kamani Lawrence. Sets up outside that charge circle. Had his feet set and a nice job setting it up. And KJ Buffin will be done for about 10 minutes or so with his 4th personal foul.
He just had eyes for the rim, didn't he? Didn't really look ahead of him and see Lawrence standing there.
11 points, 8 rebounds in just over 20 minutes for KJ Buffin. So his offensive presence and rebounding on the glass will be missed. At the moment, the leading scorer for the Rams, Lockie Ulbrich, 18 points. Followed by Walker on the 14. The Nuggets now, Ty Webster currently on 9. Gets that bounce pass away to Lawrence. Tough defense, gets up over and just didn't get that bounce. Well, good help there by Tucky Ferentsen to make that a difficult finish. Ulbrich gets that 3 away, Ferentsen. Tucky Ferentsen did not shoot the ball well a week ago against the Tuatara, but his first lick from deep today, pure as the driven snow down there on the peaks of Otago. Well, he got a really good 3 as well in the Sky Broadband Rapid League game, so he was warmed up for it. Henshaw was looking for a whistle, didn't get one. Out of control, and now a 5-on-4 fast break opportunity. Kaya Isaac faked the 3, drive in closer for the 2-point shot, doesn't get it. Batting the ball away was Webster. He went with the runner, but Ulbrich was doing a nice job sealing that man down low, could have had the layup. Lawrence kicks that ball out wide, looking for the 3. Oh, Henshaw upset. Didn't think he had his landing zone set to him. Ulbrich again finds himself with ball in hand. Isaac back to Ulbrich from 3 this time. Knocks it down. Look at this boy's skill set. Look at the skill set this fella has. I mean, outside, inside, left hand, right hand, rebounding the basketball. 21 points now to go with 9 boards, 3 assists, 2 blocks, and a steal. He's some kind of talent, Lockie Ulbrich, as 3-point range shot unsuccessful. Bit tied up underneath the rim. 17 points to lead. I mean, it does not, this game feels a little bit closer than it is. It's grindy. But it certainly does not feel like close to 20 points as Aitchison fortunate to get that call there, as that will now be Lachlan Ulbricht's third personal foul. So all starters with at least 2. Walter Brownlee only started with 2. 3 on Ulbricht, 3 on Britt, 4 on Buffin, and 3 on MJ Walker. A bit of foul trouble for the Nuggets too. T-Webb with 3. 3 on Ben Henshaw, and 2 on Kamani Lawrence.
Tanj onto the court for the Rams. 6 from 6 last week.
Yeah, great appearance last week. 6 from 6, 12 points. Also, I think he had 5 assists as well. Coming off that 3x3 Asia Cup, and a very promising 3x3 player. But his footwork and strength, in dire need of it, the Rams are without Max Darling.
Looking for some options. Out wide, had a 3 beforehand, did. Farrington couldn't get that one, just fell short.
He wanted that one a bit earlier and was thinking about it a bit longer before Ulbricht delivered it.
Bardsley gets it away to Lawrence. Loves shooting from that position. Gonna get the offensive board too, so back in the hands of Farrington. Farrington goes himself, just lays it up nicely with the roll.
A nice fast break opportunity. The Nuggets can respond though. Bardsley went to the ground early.
Henshaw steps in closer. Bardsley gets up and under, and it's a 3-point play.
Well, that's going to be a foul on Walter Brown. Wrong place, wrong time to pick up his third personal. And Matt Bardsley just takes that shoulder from the side. Nice cut, nice movement without the basketball on this one. Henshaw goes in. Oh, might be a little seasick after that replay, but we did see it eventually. 15 points the difference now. Matt Bardsley with the chance to complete the old-fashioned 3-point play.
Less than a minute to play in this first quarter. When you look at each quarter, the Nuggets have not scored more than 20 points a quarter. First quarter, they scored 18. Second one, 15. And then this one, they're currently at 18. There's opportunity there to take them to 20.
And of course, you know, probably missing 2 starters with Z Darko Kelly out, as well as Dante Russo-Nance, depending on how that starting lineup eventually settles when they have a full-strength team. So, but this is a team that, you know, it started off 3-0. Very surprising on its home court to be down by this number. Oh, that was nice.
That's nice.
Britt.
Couldn't finish, but Walter Brown cleans up the scraps. Isaac, what a lovely finish, and I really love the way Isaac has injected himself into this game. Was outstanding in the Sky Broadband Rapid League game.
7.6 rebounds for Kaya Isaac up to this point, as they've been dominating the glass. That's their 13th offensive rebound overall, a 41-29 advantage on the glass.
Henshaw being absolutely dominated at the moment by Isaac on defense up high. Trying to get that shot away was Webster, couldn't quite get there.
Yeah, it's a frustrating day. Oh, that's a technical.
Oh, and he picks up the tech.
That's his second technical. He's going to be ejected. Oh, no. Disaster strikes right before the fourth quarter break.
Oh, kicking that hoarding in frustration, and he's given a tech is Ty Webster. So things go from bad to worse for the Otago Nuggets as we head into the fourth quarter. It is the Canterbury Rams with their biggest lead of the game, 70 points to 53. Don't go anywhere. We'll have the last quarter coming up right after this. Welcome back to the Edgar Centre in Dunedin, and it is the Canterbury Rams flexing their muscles at the moment over the Otago Nuggets with their biggest lead of the game. It is 53 points to 70. Canterbury Rams keeping the Nuggets at bay at the moment.
And it just got a whole lot worse. Going to start with free throws, of course. And if it takes too long, you can just order yourself a pizza. It's back behind there. But T-Webb picks up his second technical of the game and is ejected. Ty Webster done for the day, off to the changing rooms. And any comeback hopes take a severe hit with that activity.
Well, Henshaw was already in foul trouble. They lost him for a little while, and then they've now lost Webster. They don't have Russo Nads, Darko Kelly. Tough times in Dunedin.
It's not going to get any easier. I'd love to see just an uptick in the effort here. What can they do effort-wise to just get themselves involved as Walter Brown immediately puts himself in this ball game?
Biggest lead of the afternoon, 20 points. Considering the first quarter was only a 4-point differential, it is the Rams who have just edged away every single quarter. Nice opportunity for some of these bench players to get some shots away. A lovely falling away shot from Henshaw.
Ben Henshaw putting in the business. I mean, he's got this kind of ability. All else fails, just give it to this dude. Let him start chucking. He is now up to 12 points.
Strong finish from MJ Walker. Drove hard into the paint.
He's a professional scorer. 16 points for him now, 5 for 11 from the field. He can do it from deep, he can do it from inside as well. And that time he shows his form a little closer to the basket.
Out wide on the left edge there.
Jack Andrew letting it fly. The corner three, just left alone, dared essentially to make it. And he says, okay, I will.
Walker pops that pass in. Albrecht gets it wide as well. Here's another three.
Taki Farrington again.
Starting to rain threes in this last quarter.
Suddenly the offense is looking good. Beautiful touch that pass there from Albrecht to avoid the triple team. And Taki Farrington looking good from deep.
Jack Andrew wants to go again.
Oh, that looked good. Albrecht, he still doesn't trust it. He says that first one was a fluke, and the ball goes long to prove him right.
Taylor Britt, well, opened up for him. He could have gone himself. Walter Brown bats the rebound away. That's effort on effort. And another three for the Canterbury Rams.
It is absolutely raining threes here. Pouring the points on 22-point lead right now for the Rams as the Nuggets searching for answers offensively. Farrington gets whistled for the foul there.
What injection from Farrington into this game?
Well, he's been a player who's looked a little bit out of sorts as the full contingent of players has come. You know, he's such a promising bench player a couple of years ago for the Tuatara. Played in Germany, I believe, in 3rd division over there for a few seasons, and didn't play in the Sal's NBL a year ago. Has come back, you know, the West Aucklander down to Christchurch, and trying to find a way to fit. But I mean, he's been a tall black. He's a very talented, athletic player, and certainly when that shot's going, very good. Speaking of a shot going,
Henshaw again, and he's loving the deep threes. He's loving them.
Just like that, Ben Henshaw up to 15 points. Finding some space out there on the perimeter. He's going to let it fly the rest of this game. Don't worry, he's going to finish above his average of 23.
And he's coming alive in this last quarter. A little bit of a traffic jam in that corner. Barrington tries to get that pass away, fights hard.
Just 1 second on the shot clock, got to get it up.
Oh, and he gets it, but it was too late.
Very close.
Oh, couple milliseconds off that, maybe.
Very, very close. Just did not recognize it in time to Taylor Britt. 19 points the difference. Ben Henshaw, he's looking like a man possessed to get something going on Walter Brown here.
That's the thing, we've seen so many points, but the difference is still 19 because the Rams are answering every single point that the Otago Nuggets fire at them.
Look at Walter Brown working to keep the ball out of Henshaw's hands, but great screen by Robbie Coleman. Apparently an illegal one.
I was just going to say the same thing.
Well, it was looking good for a bit there as we get a timeout. I think Coach Judd Flavel is going to want to discuss things. Oh, no, just mass substitutions? No, here we go. Timeout it is. As we get the Otago Nuggets dance squad on board. I say dance squad because I was admonished last season for calling them cheerleaders, and I will not do that again. They are the Otago Nuggets dance squad. And take a look at the Chemist Warehouse stats as we have a little bit of a break in play. As the Rams have taken this commanding 19-point lead. Kamani Lawrence with a double-double, 15 points, 10 rebounds. Ben Henshaw, the only other scorer in double figures for the Nuggets with 15. Down to the Canterbury Rams, 21. And 9 rebounds for Lachlan Olbrich, 20 for MJ Walker, 11 points, 8 rebounds for KJ Buffin, and a tiny 7 and 10 rebounds for Walter Brown. Neither team really shooting excellently, but the percentage is getting much worse for the Nuggets. Now 35% from the field compared to the 51% from the Rams. And the Rams now up to 40 from 3 compared to the 33 for the Nuggets. And that difference in efficiency, I mean, that's basically the ballgame.
Great summary there.
It's pretty easy when I just have to read it, thankfully. It makes it a lot easier than thinking like this. I could just read large Brooklyn pizza, $40. Get your online code, Sal Score. Use that QR code. It'll take you right to the order. Online orders.
Well, this is a great look there. I just went wayward, but fighting for the intercept and getting the finish. Shut it out.
The circus shot, MJ Walker takes the quick one. Was probably not the shot Judd Flavel wanted, but gets the steal on the way back. And Ben Henshaw frustrated by Walter Brown's defense. Great job denying him.
He's been given a task.
Let them all fly. Every shot is from beyond the arc. It's getting exciting despite being an 18-point difference.
That might be his third.
I think two. I think 2 for Jack Andrew. And he has, 8 points and 3 for 4 from the field, 2 for 3 from deep.
Another offensive board coming in for the Rams.
They've just dominated the offensive glass. That is their 14th of the ball game.
Walker. Oh, lovely little finish there. Well, I didn't get the finish, so to say, but
a nice touch with the left
nice
hand.
Touch. That's the word I'm looking for.
It was soft up on the rim, just hung on that rim. These rims in the knee, sometimes are friendly, sometimes not so much. Been great on the 3-ball lately, not so great on their layups. But MJ Walker slowly working his way back to his 29-point average. 22 right now. 2 from the Chemist Warehouse stripe will give him 24. Perfect from the free throw line, 5 for 5. There's MJ Walker.
He's overtaken Lockie Olbrich for top scorer in the match. And the lead is restored back to 20.
Well, this is the most aggressive we've seen the Otago Nuggets lineup offensively today. And unfortunately for them, it took Ty Webster getting ejected for it to come to fruition. But nice to see that sleeping giant awoken. Be interesting to see if they're able to keep this hot shooting form going for a bit longer.
Knox just looking for an option here. Coleman. And Walter Brown slapping the ball out, so they will get the ball back, the Nuggets.
Yeah, good work there by Jack Andrew on the board. Doesn't get possession, but keeps it for his team. 14 seconds on the shot clock. Let's see if the Nugs have a quick hitter. Henshaw's up top, wants it.
Jack Andrew has already got 2 3-pointers in this half, firing it out to the right edge, just ricocheting off the rim.
Nuggets in love with the 3-ball now. I know they're down locked, but don't forget about your game inside the arc.
Taylor Britt goes out right to Buffin.
Both teams getting up the quick shots.
Jack Andrew with the fast play with Coleman. That little pop pass.
Nice little pass there by Coleman. Underhand, and Jack Andrew able to find it. 18 points the difference.
We've seen people come back from this deficit in this league. But not wanting to let them come back is Walker.
Up to 27. And now 8 for 15 from the field, over 50%. Just a professional scorer. You give that guy long enough, he is going to get his eye in.
Well, his average was 29. Let's not forget that heading into the game.
Looks like he's going to hit it. Because I would be very surprised if he doesn't get 2 more buckets in this game.
miscommunication between the Nuggets on offense. Gift the ball back to Buffin and the Rams. So Britt has the task of bringing the ball up court, puts a little bit of pace into it. Gets that ball to Walker. Jack Andrew just keeping an eye on him. Back to Britt. Walker again, this time wants to drive. Loses the handle, good defense. I think someone got a hand to it.
Looks like Henshaw there. Henshaw gets fouled as well. MJ Walker picks up foul number 4. A little bit of frustration after losing it on the other end.
Still plenty more games to come in the South NBL. After this, we've got the Wellington Saints and the Hawke's Bay Hawks. Friday, fire in the ears.
8 games this round. There's a lot of previews to write, I'll tell you what.
And the man sitting next to me is very much well versed in all of these matchups coming up. So Nuggets get an offensive board.
Good look for Henshaw though. Kamani Lawrence has not really been involved in the second half.
He started the first quarter very strongly. Coleman looking for the 3 and gets it finally.
Well, nice job by Coleman. Good pass by Kamani Lawrence, drawing defenders before he gets that one out there. I don't know why the Rams are playing so quickly. You know, they're forcing the action. I don't mind good looks, but play under a little bit more under control.
They're playing like they're chasing the game. It's strong finish from Walker.
And guess how many points he has now?
29.
Not right on the average.
Coleman looking for back-to-back points. Can't get them.
Nice defense by Toms. You can see the strength of the man there. Knocking Coleman off the line with a solid beat.
Losing the handles there, Britt. So Lawrence, what can he do on transition? Pushes Buffin away.
That's an offensive foul. That is nothing but an offensive foul.
It gave him the left-hand fence.
Yeah, he completely created that contact, completely created by Kamani Lawrence. But instead, that'll be KJ Buffin getting fouled out of the ball game. That is his 5th personal. You can see it, sense the frustration in him. As he will now end his day 3 minutes early on 11 points and 8 rebounds.
I'd love to see the replay of that. He certainly just gave him that left-hand fend.
Yeah, I think we might have missed that one on the replay. But take our word for it, everybody at home. Kamani Lawrence got away with one.
Yeah, Nuggets need to get away with a few more if they're going to claw their way back in 3 minutes and 19 seconds.
Stranger things have happened, but not many.
Lucky Olbrich getting hassled.
He's got to get that across. It was very close to 8 seconds. And here, a little bit more patience.
Freeman onto the court for the Nuggets. Olbrich just testing out his handles and then getting a stop for it. I think it was Aitchison. Henshaw gets it to Lawrence. The fade away, or fall away, should I say. There's no fade, just a fall.
A bit of both. Bit of column A, bit of column B. Timeout to the Rams. The lead's down to 17 points. And I don't think Coach Judd Flavel likes that offense these last few minutes. It's got a little bit one-ended. As we see Taylor Britt play solid defense, try to take the chair out. Kamani Lawrence somehow is able to get that ball in the bucket. I mean, completely off balance, falling down, falling everywhere. Looked like he was trying out one of these moves that the dancers are pulling off.
You're right about the offense of the Rams, though, is it's rushed. It's like they're chasing the game. It's like they haven't seen on the scoreboard that they've got a massive lead.
Well, it looks like a lot of guys trying to get some buckets. Up 20, everybody's a little bit, everybody's hungry, and everybody's trying to eat, but nobody's trying to pass the plate. You gotta pass the plate, boys. Fill it up, pass it down, let somebody else score. It'll come back around.
Are you using all of these puns because you see there's pizza on the screen?
I'm a little bit hungry, I'm not gonna lie.
We're talking plates, we're talking eating.
We're talking a large Brooklyn pizza for $40. Use that code.
I'll be in Brooklyn at the end of the year.
Oh, congratulations.
Could get a pizza.
That's nice. That's good. Brooklyn, did you know, is on the tip of Long Island, so not technically part of the island with the other 5 boroughs. Queens on its own borough, Brooklyn on its own island. Can you name the 5 boroughs?
I will after November, because I'm going to run all through them. There's the Rams. And the offensive opportunity after the chat with Judd Flavel.
Much better offense. Look at how much more determined this is. We're actually seeing some plays. Not the best shot in the world, but better offense to get to that point.
More ball movement is what we're seeing on the offense from the Rams. Lawrence again will go up. Just going to get the roll. Walter Brown with the defense.
I mean, that's the easiest shot he's missed all day. Kamani Lawrence, another stellar performance. 18 points, 10 rebounds, but couldn't get the roll there.
And as you said, he's just playing with a little bit more aggressiveness on attack than what we had seen earlier in the game. As Tonge couldn't get that one. Lawrence just steps his way around. Walter Brown goes for the slam, doesn't get it, but will take a trip to the King's Warehouse stripe.
I'm not quite sure why that's a foul on Tonge. I mean, he was standing there. He is in the no charge circle, so it can't be a charge, but it's still legal contact. Tonge doesn't quite know. He'll get subbed out. Kamani Lawrence, great attack in transition. The Nuggets trying to make this one respectable on the scoreline, if not in the gameplay itself.
He's only 4 from 10 at the free throw line.
Well, if we do the free throw from that angle on the baseline, you'll see why. It's just it's an incredible hitch on this shot that sometimes gets in there. But it's always strange with guys who shoot the free throws like this because his shot, you know, from 3 feet closer looks completely different. But something about that, being on that free throw line, can change things for people.
He's 5 from 12. If you add those 7 points on, it's a lot closer ball game. Actually, there's quite a few points out there.
There's been a few. As a team from the free throw stripe, they are 14 for 22. But it's that 9 for 28 from 3 that's been a struggle, just 34% from deep for the Nuggets today.
Walker has played some big minutes today. Isaac. Back to Walker. Left out on that edge there is Barronson. Goes up for the nice shot.
Nice seal there by Olbrich to make that an easy finish for him.
Bardsley with a little beautiful dive. That's a nice cut.
He's a very clever player, Matt Bardsley, and Coach George Flowers once again calls a timeout because he's like, what are we doing here? Let's get this win. Bardsley on the break. Nobody picks him up, and he says, well, if you're not going to put me up, I'm going all the way. And just knows his teammates there. Nice cut by Piper in the end. Bardsley hooks him up with 2. And he gets the assist. Reasonably quiet night for Bardsley. 6 points, 1 assist now. We'll make that 2, I think, on that one.
Piper made his debut last week against the Bulls. 21 years old.
Has had some solid performances in the Rapid League as the season's going on. But back to the NZNBL game. Tough day for the Nuggies. Ty Webster, a week after being suspended, getting teed out of the game for displaying some emotion on one of the hoardings.
Did anyone check if the hoarding was okay?
Well, yeah, we should. We should make sure that hoarding's okay. He's down there on the left bottom of your screen. Looks like it's returned to its place, so hopefully no structural damage.
Interesting, 2 texts. I didn't know what his first one was for. I don't think we heard what was said. Probably just a little bit of back chat.
I think it was just something about the calls that I think the coin officiating crew has had enough of the snapback chatter.
Mason onto the court for the Rams, getting his opportunity in the NZNBL. Isaac with a really strong finish.
We saw a lot of that in the Rapid League. And we see the Nuggets attacking on transition. Piper comes all the way, fouled by Josh Nichols. We have essentially Rapid League lineups out there on the court right now.
Dude, deja vu.
Deja vu. They start this way, they finish this way. Piper's arm's a little bit worse for wear after Josh Nichols grabbed him on the break.
And as you say, Nickel onto the court now as well.
And the only thing left to determine in this game is what that final score is going to be.
And points differential, very important.
Points differential, very important, especially for these teams that are fighting with it. This win here is going to mean quite a bit to the Rams as they've been chasing that top 6 the last few weeks. With a victory today, they'll move to 3-2 and will be tied with the Nuggets at 3-2.
So that point diff, very important in this game.
But Auckland Tuatara, I think by nature of their winning percentage, will move up into 3rd place. As we see the drive with Isaac. Nice little dish there to Mason. And another timeout. We're stretching this one out on Anzac Day, aren't we?
Jeff Babel just wanting to make sure everyone.
I don't think that one was Judd. I feel like that one was Brent. That was Coach Matahane.
This is the perfect opportunity here to coach your rapidly players in the big leagues.
Definitely.
Give them some feedback.
Certainly is. Well, there's going to be plenty of feedback from this game.
Will be what?
Don't worry about that. The feedback will be big. Unfortunately for the Nugs, just unable to overcome the lack in personnel. Was Darko Kelly. And coming into this game, they were favorites at the TAB. They were coming in as 3.5-point favorites, so not the way that we saw it. Actually, take a look there. We mentioned earlier, Jonty Bond looked like he did something to his shoulder. He's in a sling in the Rapid League game. Haven't seen him at all, so it looks like he might have separated his shoulder again. Had that tape job early, unfortunate for him.
We wish him all the best in his recovery. Not good to see anyone get injured. So Corbin Mason, first attempt is successful.
Drains the first with a minute left in this ball game. Are the Rams going to get 100? That's where the question's at. 96 now. Can they get a couple more buckets to strike triple digits? Mentioned coming in, Otago, the worst defensive scoring margin in the league, giving up over 93 points a game. That's not going to get better today.
Absolutely. Bardsley, though, will take a trip to the Chemist Warehouse stripe.
I mean, this has been a long last 3 minutes.
It has been stretched out.
A lot of fouls, a lot of timeouts.
But the guys on court aren't complaining.
I don't think there's any timeouts left for the coaches, but we do have some player timeouts. Let's see if those get utilized.
Don't speak too early, Casey. But it is true. Can the Rams get to 100? Bardsley, 2 successful shots. Drains his free throws. Isaac, behind the back dribble. And the foul on Freeman.
I think that's a travel.
Travel?
Yeah.
Travel.
He just took a little bit of a shuffle step on the catch. And I thought they were going to let him get away with it. But the late whistle pings him.
Smiler inbounds the ball. Rusk looking for some options, bit of movement happening there in the offense for the Nuggets. Coming in for the drive himself is Bardsley. Gets the offensive board, but
Two great looks at it. And then he fouls. Long ways away from the bucket. But that is just the 4th team foul, so not free throws just yet. The ball will be in the backcourt with 21 on the shot clock and 27 left in the game. Looks like 100 is out of reach now. So I don't know what we cheer for here. Last 27 seconds.
Barrington inbounds and it's stolen by Bardsley.
Oh my, just lackadaisical play. Yes, the game's over, but you never want to see this. Coach Judd Flavel's not going to be happy about it. Matt Bardsley playing it down to the last second left on their clock.
Good switch by Isaac, gets that ball out to Barrington, showing his handles. Kicks the ball back out to Isaac, drives, spins around, couple seconds left in the game. Rebound is good, but the putback not so much, and that will be the end here in the Sal's NBL game on Anzac Day, the first of 2 matches, and it is 96-81. The Canterbury Rams doing the job over the Otago Nuggets.
Well, it wasn't the prettiest of ball games, but it was effective for the Otago Rams and what ends up being a 15-point victory. We'll take a look through the Chemist Warehouse stats in a second, but the Rams shooting 50%, holding the Nuggets to 37. And just 34 behind the arc. That is one of the big differences there. When we look at the rebounds, eventually a 51-39 advantage. And here we have the leading scorers. MJ Walker Jr. gets up. It says 27 points there. I thought we saw 29 earlier, but 27 points for him, 21 for Ulbrich, 19 for Lawrence, 15 for Henshaw, who got going late in the second half. Jack Andrew and Bardsley both on 10 as well. Buffin, KJ Buffin and Farrington as well in double figures. On to the rebounds. Walter Brown and Lachlan Ulbrich, both in double figures. A double-double for Ulbrich and a double-double for Kamani Lawrence as well. As we shoot to the assists, where we saw a little bit more playmaking in the second half. Lovely game from Ulbrich. Double-double, 5 assists as well. Facilitator out of the high post. Darcy Knox off the bench. Robbie Coleman off the bench as well, doing much of the distributing. Into the blocks. Ulbrich getting his hands in every stat category. Webster, Bardsley, Henshaw, 1 apiece. Buffin Jr. as well. Leaving just the steals to chat through. Webster, Coleman, Henshaw, Lawrence, 2 steals apiece. Actually forced more turnovers for the Rams. 12 turnovers to just, I believe it was 8 for the Nuggets. And Brown and Ulbrich with a steal apiece.
The Chemist Warehouse stats for the game, and obviously very much in favour of the Canterbury Rams, who really did the job over the Nuggets tonight. And don't forget, there is a double-header coming up. The Wellington Saints will play the Hawke's Bay Hawks, the Tauranga Whai tomorrow night against the Taranaki Airs, and the Manawatu Jets versus the Auckland Tuatara on Saturday at 4 o'clock. And then after that, it's the Southland Sharks who will host the Canterbury Rams, so they'll have a short turnaround. And then on Sunday, the Bulls will play the Mid-North Whai, and the Tauranga Whai, should I say. And the Giants with the last game of the round against the Airs. Plenty of basketball to watch this weekend and tomorrow, Casey.
Basketball galore. Of course, we've got the NBA playoffs as well. Big sporting weekend. Enjoy every bit of it. And if you're basketball inclined, make sure you tune into the Sal's NBL. It's going to be looks like it's a moving weekend. We're going to see teams moving up and down.
And the highlight show and the hoop heads. There's plenty of basketball pretty much every night of the week.
We got it all. If you want hoops, we got your fix right here on Sky.
On behalf of the Sky team, thank you so much for joining us in the Sal's NBL. We hope you've enjoyed your Anzac Day and your commemorative activities. We wish you all the best for the rest of the evening. On behalf of Taylor, Casey, and the Sky Broadcast crew, have a good evening.